What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 29 of the Let's Talk Nerdy podcast. On this episode, we are talking GTA 6, Blade, Jurassic Park Survival, Rise of the Ronin, Skull and Bones, and some holiday festivities.
Well, the snow's falling. There was joy all around. 'Cause, girl, your love has shown me the way.
I don't know that one.
If I'm not back in 5 minutes, just wait longer.
You are now tuned in to the Let's Talk Nerdy podcast.
I love it when you talk nerdy to me.
That was kind of bad. That was probably your worst one.
My girl didn't pull you in. You didn't get it.
No, I didn't.
I mean, from that, you obviously know it's a boy band, right?
Well, yeah, I guess. Is it Justin Bieber?
That was NSYNC.
Backstreet Boys? NSYNC.
That was NSYNC. That was a little NSYNC.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, you didn't get me on that one. Or I didn't get it that one. Yeah, that was... I think it was the execution of the girl. Yeah,
that's all I had, dude. That's why I'm a talking guy, not a singing guy. But yeah. I mean, it's okay. I honestly just looked up the worst Christmas songs of all time, and that song by NSYNC was on the list. Do you know what number one was?
You're gonna say it, and I'm gonna be like, oh shoot, how did I not know that?
Jessica and Ashley Simpson's rendition of The Little Drummer Boy was named the worst Christmas song of all time. I know, right?
Interesting. I don't remember that one very often or very well though either.
I love me some Jessica Simpson. I felt bad for her when she hit that number one spot on the worst Christmas songs of all time list.
Poor Jessica Simpson.
Poor rich Jessica Simpson. Okay. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final episode of season 1. Go do it. Let's go, boys. I'm super excited. 29 episodes, dude. 29 episodes we made it to. Absolutely insane. Yeah, absolutely insane. So real quick, I just want to jump in and say, thank you guys for absolutely everything. Season 1 was a huge success. We super appreciate you guys. We love you guys being part of our nerdy family. Thank you so much. And season 2 will be coming very, very soon. We're super excited for that. So thank you guys very, very much.
Yep, some bigger and better things for season 2 that we're really excited to show you guys once we get to that after the new year. But we still have to get through this episode.
Yep.
And so I appreciate every one of you being a part of our nerdy family. But Dave, obviously you have gotten the gift to show my appreciation of what we've went through this year for our first season of Let's Talk Nerdy podcast. So I think it's time to see what you got.
In true holiday fashion, Adam got me a gift, and I just want to throw it out there that I have been both so excited for this moment and also dreading this moment since this gift has arrived, because I need to let Adam know a few things. And one of the things that I'm going to tell him, he's learning this live and he's not going to be super happy about it. But for those of you that don't know, me and Adam do not live in the same area. So we used
not in the same state.
Yeah, so we used a service that will remain nameless in order to share our holiday gifts with each other. And I also use that same service very frequently. So when these gifts arrived, I also had some packages for myself that were arriving. And one of the gifts that you got me may have gotten opened by mistake, and I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
But I do want to put it out
the
there.
One.
No, it was not it was not. Okay. Adam got me 2 gifts, so the big one is still sealed. The first one has already been opened, and I had to obviously look inside. But that does not take away with how excited I am to finally see this. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, my first gift from Adam. I am so juiced, bro.
Yes.
I am so juiced. Okay. It's for you guys just listening on the Spotify. White box. We got a white box. I can see what's on it. The very top cover says 12-hole ocarina. So we all know where we're going here. Yo, let's go, dude. It comes with a songbook. Did you know it comes with a songbook?
Yeah, I did. That's why I got it.
Oh my god, dude. It's got Sarah's song in here. It's got the song. Dude, it has all the good songs in here. Let's go, dude. Little carrying pouch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Moment of truth. Bro.
Oh wow. It's actually a lot bigger than I thought it was. That's sweet.
Dude, oh my god. Guys, if you guys are just listening on the Spotify, Adam just got me a 12-hole ocarina, a replica of the one from Zelda, my favorite game of all time, and I kind of just want to stop filming this episode and learn a bunch of ocarina songs. Let's give it a blow.
Wow, that actually sounds nice.
Oh my god, dude. It sounds so good. Oh, dude,
That's
and
perfect.
it comes with like a little holder.
Oh wow. It's like a hand.
Dude. Yeah, it's like a hand, so you can like set it up and hold it. Dude,
It seems
that's
like a
so
dangerous
sick.
hand
I
though. You
mean,
knock it down.
I
Might
trust it.
fall. Okay.
I feel like I
alright,
trust it.
the
All right,
hand.
I'm gonna trust it. All right, let's see what I got. How good is that, dude?
That sounds really good. I'm impressed. Okay, all right. Now you're blowing our ears out. It was so
Dude.
soothing at first, and now you're trying to put the song together. Now we're kind of our ears are bleeding.
Okay. Well, I will be looking at the book and learning some songs. On the next episode, I will have a song learned. How about that?
Let's go. That's cool.
Dude,
I think I put a note that said "Learn to play this." I think that's what the note said.
Okay, guys, there's a second gift, so we're gonna open up the second gift. The note on this one says, "Dave, enjoy this weapon, but please do not hurt yourself or break anything. Thanks for being such a great partner in crime. Happy holidays from Adam." Okay, ladies and gentlemen, look at this thing, dude. I can't even put it all in frame.
Yeah, it is pretty big.
What is this thing, dude?
I don't know.
Okay, ready?
Yeah, let's see it. What is it,
dude? Oh, episode over, guys. I gotta go. I need to practice. Oh my god, dude. Are you crazy?
I told you, don't hurt yourself.
Dude, this thing is gigantic. Oh my god, bro. Dude. You did too much, dude. Guys, if you guys are just if you guys are just listening on the Spotify, not only do I have the ocarina, but I now have a gigantic full replica of the sword. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. Look at this.
That's sweet.
Oh my god, dude. Let's go, bro.
That's shiny.
I have. This is the exact replica of the Master Sword. Look at, they even did the engraving on the blade.
It's pretty neat, dude. That's pretty neat. When I saw it, I was like, "There's no hesitation," and that's when I bought it.
This is absolutely insane, bro.
Is it pretty heavy? It's got some.
It's got some girth. It's got some girth to it. I'm not gonna lie, and
that's pretty cool.
And the helm is like fully wound. It's not like a it's
wow.
it's like fully woven.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude. Thank you so much, buddy.
You're welcome, man. Of course.
I appreciate you, man. Guys, I am Link. I have the ocarina. I have the Master Sword, the ocarina. Dude. This is gonna go right up there.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
That would be so sick.
That'd be cool. Ooh, and then going forward, I think once you learn the ocarina, you got to start playing the songs. I have to guess it that way. Yeah.
This is so sick.
That'd be so cool.
Bro, you're absolutely insane, dude. You did too much. I super appreciate you, buddy. I super appreciate you, man. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you.
And I think we should post some pictures on our Instagram. So if you guys want to check them out, we'll have them on there too. But yeah. I guess it's my turn.
It is your turn. I don't know if
Okay.
I'm going to compare to that, but I did my dangdest. Also, so there should be a little note in there, and if
Okay.
you could, I would like you to read the little note as if you were a superhero before he gets his powers.
The note on the tag, I'm guessing. So mine actually, that's the difference between mine and yours, though. Like, they wrapped it very nice. So, like, I could have
Did they-
opened the box.
Did they give you
Yeah.
some good gift wrapping? Let's go.
Yeah, look at that.
That was
Like,
only
that came right out of the
$4.
box.
That was
Wow.
$4 for them to do that.
I didn't have the option for the sword. But okay, read the note as if I was a superhero. Before I was a superhero. Is that what you said?
Yes.
How'd you say? Okay. With great wait. With
Whoa.
great power comes great responsibility. From David. All right, here we go.
And they
The
gave you
box.
tissue paper? Let's
And
go.
a box within the box.
Wait, it's a box within a box?
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
They did us dirty.
And now it won't come out. Open up.
I would like
The
to
anticipation of
apologize
this.
and also retract my statement of saying that this was $4 well spent.
Well, it's making me work for it.
Why would they put a box within the box? It doesn't make any
I have no idea.
sense. Freaking.
I got a nice knife.
Yeah, I should have gone that route too.
No way, dude. No. Dude.
Are you happy?
Oh, yeah. No way. Oh, dude, I want to wear the. That's so cool.
Do you like it?
Electronic eyes? Yeah, dude, this is sweet.
Yeah, it's fully glowing eyes.
Dude, I might have to wear
Guys,
that this episode.
If you
Got
guys
me
are
in-
just
Yeah, thank you.
yeah, if you guys are just listening on the Spotify, Adam is Spider-Man.
I am Spider-Man. Holy cow. The Iron Spider from the Avengers Endgame. Dude, this is sweet. Red or blue, the eyes glow.
I figured that was only fitting for our Let's Talk Nerdy colors.
Yeah, dude. Thank you so much. That's awesome.
like it?
I'm going to wear next episode, I'm going to wear it the whole time.
Next episode, we have so many things. Adam's gonna be Spider-Man. I'm
Yeah.
gonna be Link, and it is gonna be an excellent start to season 2.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, man. I love
Of
this
course,
thing.
dude. Love you, buddy.
I've looked
Thank
at some
you.
of these and I'm
Thank you,
like,
thank
oh,
you,
I
thank
really
you.
want one, but I've never gotten it. And then, but that's awesome. Thank you so much.
Now you do. Gotcha,
now I
buddy.
have one. I'm going to wear it all the time.
Or for the entire episode next time.
Oh yeah, yeah. I like it. Or start out each episode. But okay, I think people sat long enough for us struggling to open our boxes. So we should just get right into it now.
Yeah, let's
with
get right
a-
into it.
To continue
Go
our
ahead.
festivities of the holiday season, a draft of our favorite holiday movies. To kick it off.
Because
with that.
you gotta watch good holiday movies, man. That's what it's all about. All right, let's
Yep.
see who gets first pick. Of course you do. Go ahead.
Let's go with my first pick. It's kind of an easy pick for me. So my first overall pick is A Christmas Story.
A Christmas Story, really?
Oh yeah.
Can I ask why?
It's honestly, it's probably like just like a family tradition wise, because like, and with the marathon when they have it on Christmas Day, it's over and over and over, and it's my grandpa's favorite Christmas movie, and so like,
Yeah.
it's kind of grew on me to be mine. So I think that's why. There's so many
There's
good
that-
quotes of that movie.
There's that one part though where he's like sliding down the slide and that Santa, the mall Santa, like they do like that
Yeah.
Clockwork Orange style, get in real
Yep.
close, and the dude that freaks me out. I don't know why that freaks me
it
out
is
so
a little
much.
creepy. It's definitely a unique holiday movie, but I love that movie, so that's my number one
mean,
pick.
I feel like I should have got you a leg lamp now.
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, with my first overall pick, I am going to go with the one and only Elf. I love me some
Elf.
I love me some Will Ferrell. I think it's an amazing holiday movie.
You
Don't-
took that one
don't-
from me.
Don't look all sad. You had first picks.
I did. All right. My next pick is Home Alone.
I knew that was going to be on the list.
I was gonna say one. Like, are you gonna pick any other Home Alones?
I probably am not going to pick a Home Alone because you picked a Home Alone. So I'll give
Okay, I
I'll
was
give
gonna
you
say.
1 and 2.
Okay, I was gonna say I'll pick 1 over 2, but I didn't know both of those are good. After 3 and 4, they kind of start going downhill.
We are not counting 3 or 4. Those movies do
Okay,
not
good deal.
exist. Okay,
Okay,
good
cool.
deal. All right. All right.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, number 2 on my list, if you could not tell by my t-shirt, I am going to go with a little bit of Christmas Vacation, little Chevy Chase, Shitter's Full. Love that movie. An
I knew
insane
that was gonna be
movie.
on the list. Yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
one.
so many good one-liners in that movie. Love it.
All right, my third pick is the Jim Carrey, The Grinch.
That was also on my list.
It was so good. You can take the newer one if you want, the new animated Grinch.
I will not be doing that.
Okay.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, with my third overall pick, and this one is a shout out to my brother, baby bro. Love you very, very much, man. This has become a holiday tradition for us, and I am going to take the Santa Claus with Tim Allen. We watch this movie every single year. We watch this movie. Absolutely love the Santa Claus with Tim Allen. Number 1 specifically because they really start falling off the deep end after number 1. But number 1 is an instant classic.
Okay, I like that pick. That's a good one. That was on my list too. Nothing beats Tim Allen in those movies. Like he's so good in those.
So good. Just like his demeanor in those movies are so funny. It's like classic Tim Allen. Like the part where he's like, and that's why you keep a high quality fire extinguisher right in the kitchen.
Yeah.
It's just like his
exactly.
delivery in that movie is just spot on. It's an amazing movie.
All right, with my fourth pick. My fourth pick.
Fourth pick.
We're at 4 already. Yeah.
I know, we're cruising.
My fourth pick is give me a little Arnold Give me Arnold and Jingle All the Way as my fourth pick.
This was also on my list. Love Jingle All the Way.
It's so good. It's such a stupid Christmas movie, but it's so good.
What's the name of the character? Power Man. He's trying the Power Man
something
doll.
Like that. Yeah, I haven't seen it in such a long time, but I just remember as a kid watching it all the time.
So good. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, with my fourth overall pick, I'm gonna go with a little bit of a deep cut. Maybe a movie that not everybody has seen. So if you've never seen this movie, I feel like you should definitely check it out. But we are gonna go with Vince Vaughn and Fred Claus. I think Vince Vaughn has that same hit factor as Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
So this is like Vince Vaughn's elf. Basically, he's Santa's little brother, and obviously Santa kind of steals the show from him. But he goes back to the North Pole, and this whole thing kind of ensues. It's an amazingly underrated movie. If you like Christmas, like funny Christmas stuff, and you're a big fan of Vince Vaughn, check that one out.
I like that one. That's a good one. I don't think I haven't seen that one in a long time either. But my fifth pick is the Disney Jack Frost.
Disney's Jack Frost?
You know, when he gets turned into the snowman?
Into the snowman? Yeah.
Yeah, that's such a wholesome movie.
That's that's a pretty good movie. Okay, all right, we'll give you that
also
one. Okay,
really sad in the end because essentially the kid lost his dad, but
yeah, it's kind of sad for Christmas, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and ladies and gentlemen, with my last overall pick, I'm going to go with the one and only Die Hard. It is a Christmas movie.
Okay, we'll let you have it. Christmas movie.
That one's gonna get some comments. Gonna get some comments. Die Hard is a Christmas movie. I'm putting it out there.
All right, we'll let you have that one, Dave.
I think I just lost the draft on Die Hard, but it's okay. It's all right.
That's okay. We'll let you have it.
Yeah.
We'll let you have it.
Okay.
Just know
the
comments are gonna come in. So.
Oh yeah, they're gonna flood in. I'm ready for it. Honorable mentions, real quick. I got a little Batman Returns on my list. Love Batman Returns. That's a Christmas movie. They light a Christmas tree. Muppet Christmas Carol. Love the Muppets Christmas Carol. Eight Crazy Nights for our Hanukkah fans. That's an amazing Adam Sandler movie. Yeah, and Bad Santa. If you're a fan of just raunchy Christmas, Bad Santa.
All right, my honorable mentions are Christmas with the Cranks. That's a good one. That's a pretty good one. I don't know if you've seen that one.
Yep, that's a good one.
Ernest Saves Christmas.
Can't go wrong with Ernest.
That one's not bad. Polar Express, not my favorite, but I had on the list just in case you took any of my like top ones, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Frosty the Snowman. Like,
Those are all classics.
yeah, those are classics.
I feel like my list didn't have any classics on it. Maybe I should revamp my list.
I think the only classic I really had was A Christmas Story. Like in terms of like, classics. I guess you can count The Grinch, but I don't know.
I can't wait for the heat we're gonna get on this one. Okay. All
All
right, ladies and gentlemen. So those are our favorite Christmas movies. Now, let's get into the show because we have big news to talk about. And I feel like we would be doing the nerdy community a disservice if we did not talk about this game. Very obviously, GTA 6, the first trailer has dropped.
Yeah, and just to kind of talk about it, it's kind of funny how it all came into fruition in terms of like when it was released, because it was supposed to release on the 5th. They were very concerned of leaks and hacks and stuff, so they're like, let's just release it. And so they did without anybody knowing. It's funny, the content creators that covered it day one got a lot of copyright strikes, or copyright takedowns and stuff like that. So hopefully that does not happen to us. It's been 10 years since the release of GTA 5.
GTA 5 released, I actually looked this up. GTA 5 released on September 17th, 2013.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Insane, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a long time coming, and I'm super excited about this one.
I'm super excited too. If you really want to put this into perspective, GTA 5 dropped in 2013 on the PS3.
Yep.
They skipped they skipped the entire lifespan of the PS4. Isn't that insane?
It was on the PS4.
They put GTA 5 on the PS4, okay. But I'm saying like from release date to release date, they skipped the entire the entire lifespan of the PS4. They skipped from releases. Isn't that insane?
I think it is because they're like, you know what, we don't need a new GTA game for a brand new console. I think part of it is they were so successful with GTA 5. They're like, man, we're still racking money in. We don't need to put a new game out. Like GTA 5 was so successful, and they're like, we don't need to put another game out there when we can work on a new game and just make it insane by the time the next console rolls out. And so I think that's kind of why they stuck with it. And we got Red Dead Redemption, too, and in the mix of that. So I think that's part of it. But let's go ahead and pull up the trailer. I'm sure anybody that's watching the show has seen the trailer, but we're going to pull it up just so we can kind of point some things out that we saw. But super excited about GTA 6. It's been a long time coming. I haven't played GTA 5 in a while because a lot of things kind of got funky in the game. But other than that, I love GTA. I've played all of them growing up, and GTA 5, 4, all the way down to GTA 3 or whatever that one was.
Is it fair to say that? Is it fair to say that I think that this is going to be like the most successful drop in like maybe the history of gaming?
It might be, to be honest, especially if they live up to all the hype. And well, they're pretty known for living up to their hype with their GTA game. So I can only imagine what this one's going to be like. So let me go ahead and get that pulled up.
Yeah, because I think I think this could be like the most successful launch in like video game history, and I don't think it's much of a stretch to think that way, because we're gonna get a lot of new stuff in this game, and the things that we've seen so far from it are absolutely incredible.
Yeah. So here, pulling up the trailer finally. And just right away, it's so beautiful. Like something about like this weather, this art style, and then you get a first glimpse of our main character that you're gonna play as. One of them, I'm guessing, and then a scene of Miami Vice City, essentially. In the bayou. So go for it.
This is a return to Vice City, so we're seeing a lot of familiar things in this game, and that's what I was most curious about. Is I wanted to ask you, how do you feel about this setting? Because I know you're not a big fan of the East Coast setting, but this is a very different. This is a warm weather climate, East Coast. How do you feel? Are you like okay with this?
I think I am okay with this, because this is like, yes, it's East Coast, but it's a different East Coast, because it's like, it has those warm elements to it and things like that. And essentially it's new, and it kind of makes sense with the cycle, because they were in GTA 4, they were in Liberty City, and then they were in Los Santos, and now they're in Vice City. So I mean, I think it makes sense because they don't really have um, another IP of like cities yet, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
No,
so I
I'm
like
a
this where
huge
they went.
I'm a huge fan of the return to Vice City. And you guys,
Hmm.
if you guys are just listening on the Spotify, we saw a lot of things in the trailer that we're going to kind of
Yep.
touch on. But just real quick, the most obvious thing that we saw is there's two main characters. So,
Hmm.
in GTA 5, there was three main characters. So they dropped that down to two. Um, we've seen a lot of things that we've come to expect from a GTA franchise in these trailers. So we've seen, obvious robbing situations. We've seen crazy characters within the game. We saw absolutely insane footage of a crocodile just walking into a gas station, which I thought was super funny.
Hmm.
And the one thing that we saw that's a little bit kind of new is we saw almost like a inside the game kind of structure of like a social media platform.
Hmm.
Did you
Yep.
notice that in the trailer?
Yeah, and I think with that, so GTA 5 has like a social media thing on it, but it's
Yeah.
not as in depth that I think GTA 6 is gonna put into. I think it's gonna have some focus on like maybe like, oh, you saw this on social media, go to this spot and like take this person out. You know what I mean? Like get to scroll through social media. I think they're gonna implement more of a social media aspect to it in the game.
Yeah. So, real quick, the story is going to revolve around two people. Has the guy's name been confirmed yet?
I don't think it's been confirmed, but people are like assuming it starts with a J. Justin,
Jason.
Jason. Yeah, that's what people are
J.
thinking the name is, but I don't know if that's been confirmed.
Yeah. So Jason, and don't quote us on this. Jason, we do believe. Lucia is the other character. She has been confirmed. And the basics of what we've seen in this storyline so far is the trailer opened up with Lucia in prison. So what I'm kind of guessing is that the opening of this game, something's going to happen. Lucia goes to prison. She gets out. She's on probation. And then this story of these two people kind of unfold afterwards. So this is the events of what's happening after she gets out of prison, and they're kind of
Mhm.
comparing it to like a Bonnie and Clyde situation. So that's
Yep.
the basic premise of the game.
Yeah, and I think that that's pretty cool because just like having, I don't know, it's different. Like not many games have like a Bonnie and Clyde feel to it, and I think a lot of these games that have like the relationships are mostly like friends and stuff like that. So I'm curious to see how their relationship's going to evolve, and um, based off of some videos I've watched of like GTA games in like the past or just Rockstar in general, there's a lot of betrayal. So I wonder what kind of like there might be some type of big betrayal at the end of the game, and I wonder if that's going to play a big role into it.
Somebody's getting screwed over. It's a
Yep.
GTA
Yeah.
game. It's gonna
Yep.
happen. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but I'm excited to see what they do with the storyline because this is the very first time that they've introduced a female character as a main character in the
Hmm.
storyline. And having two main characters that have like a love interest is kind of the first time they've obviously ever done this. So I'm curious
Hmm.
to see where the storyline goes. Um, Honestly, though, it's a GTA game, so the storyline doesn't have to be super, super strong. I feel like just the plethora of content around the game kind of keeps it intriguing enough that the storyline doesn't have to be super, super intense. But I do think they're going to obviously do a good job. I mean, it's always a good time playing through the storyline of GTA, and I feel like GTA 6 is going to be no different.
Yeah, and trying to go off that, it's I think a lot of people are super excited about what they're going to do with online. And that makes sense, but for me like I always loved at least finishing the GTA story at least once. And I like with GTA 5 there's different alternate endings, so it gave that replayability. So but most people are like, "Oh, wonder what online's going to be. Like what am I going to get to do?" And I think that's really exciting about GTA 6 can be anything, and just like or like in the past GTA 5 could have been anything and it has turned
Yeah.
into anything, which is really cool. And it's only going to expand more with GTA 6. So,
It's a different time, man. It's a different time.
yeah.
People care more about the online than they do about the actual storyline, which I I mean I'm okay with. But you know me at my heart. I'm a single player shut in gamer. Like I hope the single player experience is just absolutely just phenomenal. And I don't feel like Rockstar is gonna let me down there.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
And I think it's really cool that with GTA 6 is they're expanding outside of just Vice City. Like there's gonna be the Bayou. There's gonna be it might be Panama City Beach, or there's another city that they're like the outskirts is gonna be like a different city, and then they'll have the Florida Keys and things like that. So I think that's really cool. That just kind of like GTA 5, where they expanded Los Angeles or Los Santos into like a giant map, and I think it's gonna be really neat and bigger than what we had with GTA 5.
Yeah, so this GTA 6 map is going to be the biggest of all time. It will be bigger than GTA 5. And like Adam said, there's going to be a plethora of locations. I mean, obviously, we're going to have Vice City, but just like in GTA 5, we had the outskirts where it's, you kind of leave the city and go on different trails. And GTA 6 will be no different. We're going to get a bunch of different counties outside of Vice City. Like Adam touched on, we're gonna get like the grasslands or like the bayou, which I feel is gonna be kind of more of like a swampy, kind of murky area.
Yep.
So yeah, I think there'll be no shortage of locations here.
Mm-hmm.
And touching on that, I mean, there's a few things that this game is introducing, so I'm sure everybody's kind of excited to know, like, oh, how are they gonna make it new? So we have done a little bit of digging, and I think I found some good information. And I do want to just preface this by saying that none of this is actually confirmed. Well, some of it's confirmed, some of it is not. But just these are some things that I think that we can expect in the new franchise. So, like Adam said, increased environments, right? But the thing that I think is really kind of cool when we saw this as the trailer is GTA 5 kind of strayed away from indoor environments. Like you could go a lot of places, but you couldn't really go inside of a lot of places. And that was
Right.
kind of something that I felt was lacking from GTA 5. So they've actually revamped that, and you can expect to increased indoor environments. So you can go in places like restaurants and strip clubs and hotels and pawn shops and gas stations. And if you look at the trailer, the scene inside of that gas station, the gas station is like so well crafted that it's like there's product on every one of the shelves. Like they
Mm-hmm.
have the lotto ticket thing up on the register. So it's like these environments are going to be very cool to explore, and very in depth. I feel like if they put it in the game, it's not like kind of half-assed. Like they really went the extra mile to make it kind of cool.
Yep.
So I'm excited for that. Added wildlife. So obviously in the Florida Keys, we got some added wildlife. We saw the clip of the crocodile walking in there.
The
um
flamingos and
yeah,
the
the
dogs,
flamingo.
all those.
Yeah, dog. And if you look at the aerial shot coming over the beach, you can see there's a shark that's kind of like lingering in the water. There's
Yep.
dolphins jumping through. So yeah, I think they've really increased the amount of wildlife that you can interact with in this game. Big thing, the jetpack is making their a return, which I know
Oh
people are
wow.
super excited
Yeah.
about the jetpack making a return. There's a revamp to the shooting system where you're inside the car, where you can actually hang out the side of the car now, and shoot from the car, which looks like it's going to be pretty cool. We saw that clip in the trailer of Lucia just kind of hanging out the roof of the car. So that's something that you
Mm-hmm.
can actually do, is like get out of the car while it's driving. Um,
Real question
there's
is, do you think you'll be able to twerk on the car like the lady in the trailer?
I mean, if you could do that, they've really thought of it, of
Yeah.
everything. Yeah. There's gonna be 18 new, never before seen vehicles in the game, which I know people are kind of excited about. There's gonna be. Did you hear? There's DUI sobriety tests.
Interesting.
They've gone so like in depth that now the police are doing DUI sobriety tests, which I think is kind of funny. I'm curious to see how that's
Yeah.
gonna work. They introduced a spear gun for underwater combat, which is kind of cool because in the old games, once you like when you were in water, you had nothing to protect yourself with, or
Yeah.
like. So now you have a spear gun that you can use underwater. So I feel like the underwater world is gonna be much more complete.
Yeah. Yeah.
There'll be more for you to do in the underwater world.
Okay.
They can also do elaborate heists, which include container heists, which I think is pretty cool. The just a few features. The dynamic facial hair growth, like we saw in Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like the character models are going to be much more dynamic, which I think is really cool. They've also improved the AI, specifically with the NPCs and the police, with the police AI. So
Mhm.
police response time is now going to be much more accurate to real life based on
Mhm.
what you do, right? So if you do something silly like you just punch an NPC on the sidewalk, like the response time will be kind of low, but like if you're like heisting a bank, response time
Yeah,
will be much more higher, which I think is kind of cool.
faster. Yeah.
Yeah, and we've also seen that there's going to be tons of like side things that you can do in this game, which is one of my favorite things about GTA is just sometimes doing some of these like kind of side things. So in the game, we've seen basketball courts, fishing spots,
Hmm.
soccer fields, golf courses. You're supposed to be able to play football. You can go to gyms to work out. There's going to be a racetrack. Like the amount of things that you can do in this game is actually
Yeah,
pretty cool. So yeah, lots and lots of stuff to expect from this game.
that's pretty cool. And I think with the capabilities of what's, especially by like, this is slated to come out in 2025, and so things are only going to get better as they're making this game. Like the capabilities of the PS5 and things like that. It's just going to make the game so much or able to do so much in this kind of game, and that's really exciting about it too. And I think another kind of going back a little bit, the map is like really 1-to-1 scale with Miami, which is really neat. A lot of the island, I can't remember the name of the island, but in the trailer, it's exact same as what it is in real life. The buildings on the shoreline are exactly the same as what they are in real life. And I think that's really cool. So it's gonna have a 1-to-1 ratio in terms of like the buildings and things in the game.
Yeah, the reconstruction of Miami is like next level.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
super cool.
it's really cool. But of course they've also kept like the Vice City kind of staples that
Yeah, yep.
we're expecting to see the Vice City kind of staples, and it's like they kept those, which is really
Mhm.
cool. I'm excited they kind of kept those in there for the older fans.
Yep, yep. What was the name of the hotel that he always stayed in?
Oh, the Oceanside Hotel, I think.
Something like that. Yeah, but that's in the game. You can see it in the trailer, so that's pretty cool. And I think the one of the clubs is in the trailer from the original Vice City, and
Yeah, the original club's in the trailer.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
cool because they're staying true, or like they're having these Easter eggs of, oh, that was in the old games or this and that, and it's really cool to have that in a new refresh 2023 version of GTA, or I guess 2025 version of GTA, or whenever it comes out.
Yeah, and they've gone down to like finite details. If you're looking
Mhm.
for like Vice City Easter eggs, they have really gone like like a very deep dive. I don't know if you remember the original Vice City, but when you went to that hotel, every time you saved the game, when you came out, there was like this old like 50s style car, like this
Yep.
like white and yellow car that would always be parked out in front of the hotel. And it's like
Yep.
if you look at the trailer, they did an homage to that. I mean, that car is parked outside the hotel where it should be, and it's
Yep.
just like, dude, that's insane that they like brought that level of love back to the franchise.
And it's funny, and to go along with that, they brought also love from Florida themselves and some of the scenes that were in the
Yeah.
trailer, like the lady twerking. That's a real life thing that happened in Florida.
Yep.
A couple cutscenes of like the male on side of the road saying that was like a real person. The alligator going into the pool and being taken out, or going into the gas station's all real life. And then the one that's kind of stirred up a lot of frustration out of this Florida man is the Florida Joker. He's saying that he needs to get his fair share of his likeness being in the game. So take that with the whatever you how you want. But
I just have to throw it out there to the Florida Joker. Best of luck to you,
yeah,
bro. Best of luck.
yeah,
I don't think that's going anywhere.
yeah. I'm sorry, man, but as
I'm
much as
sorry,
we'd
dude.
love that to happen to you, there's been a lot of things that games rip off and never compensate people for, and I don't think this is gonna go well for him.
Yeah, and the
And
likeness is just like a dude with a bunch of tattoos. I mean,
yeah,
there's literally thousands of people that could be like, that looks like me.
yeah, exactly. And the lady twerking on the car could be like, "Oh, that's me." Like, here's my
Yeah,
video. So it's those
yeah.
kinds of things. But if it happens to him, awesome for you, man.
I mean,
Unfortunately, it's not gonna happen. Yeah,
if you get your piece of the pie, dude,
yeah,
kudos.
yeah. A little jealous
Yeah,
on my end, but I don't think it's happening. So.
yeah. But
But
I'm
that's
super
all the
excited
things
for the
that
game.
yeah, me too. And
Yeah,
we went over a lot of things that are in the game, but maybe some things that we're not sure are going to be in the game yet, and kind of going into we think the game. So, Dave, if you could add what you would want in a new GTA game, what would be like your wish list of what you want in a GTA game, like a new one?
Yeah. Yeah, so we covered a lot of stuff, and I think it's pretty safe to say that I'm gonna say that the GTA franchise is probably the most immersive game world ever created. And I feel like they've upheld that. So there wasn't a lot of things that I was thinking about where I was like, "Oh, I wish that was in the game," because it probably is. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like a lot of things that I was thinking about, I was like, "Oh yeah, that's actually already in the game." But I did come up with one thing, and
One thing, okay.
the one thing that I think that GTA is very much lacking, and they don't ever seem to take this into account, is the customization of your like home base. They
Hmm.
never take that into account. And I'm not talking about the online world. I'm talking about
Yeah.
in the single player story campaign, your online like we talk about this all the time. It's really fun to like kind of customize your like kind of safe haven, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's like it's the one feature that GTA just does not bring to the table, and I don't understand why they don't do it.
Yeah, I don't know why either, and that's kind of one of my things. I will say with GTA 5 though, when you buy like in the online version, like you can buy like your nightclub and you can customize it to a certain extent, but it's all preset stuff. Like you can't pick the minute stuff of like, hey, I want this couch to be here and then this color to be there and like kind of mix it around. Or like I want my logo to be right here. And I think
Right.
that would be really cool to have some of that customization with it. So
Yeah.
I
Because I
agree with
talk
that one.
we talk about this all the time. Like when I was playing Hogwarts, as soon as I got the ability to unlock my room, that was like game over, dude. I spent
Yeah.
hours in there just
Yeah.
design. I'm like, oh, I want this to be purple. Like I want this to be on the wall right
Yeah.
here. Like, oh, this couch would look sick right there. And it's like
Yeah.
they don't have that in GTA. You're always just kind of like, this is your apartment building. Like this is your blah blah blah. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I
Right.
just wish that they had like a little bit more customization there.
So that's your only thing though? That's your
That is
only
it.
thing?
That is it.
Wow.
Other than
Man,
that,
I'll
GTA is perfect to me.
oh wow, I might be a little nitpicky here on things that I'm hoping for in the new
All
GTA.
right,
I have
well,
like a
let's
list.
hear it. Let's hear it.
Okay. When I playing GTA 5, and I guess most of mine might come online aspects because I played a lot of online. But um, number one, I think it'd be cool to have like a live economic system where like you can trade and sell with other players rather than like just selling it. Like you can trade like your car. Hey, I want your car. Like, can we trade our cars? Or like, hey, you want to buy my house? I'll sell it to you. I know it might get a little hairy with like upselling and stuff like that, but like because how it's set up right now is like you can like everybody can buy the same house. You know what I mean? Like it's no problem doing that. But
Yeah.
like let's say you want to trade houses. Like, I'm tired of this house. You can have it. Or like I wish you can gift things to people. I think that'd be really neat. And then also with that, having like legit or like real time like stocks. Because on GTA 5 they have the stock page, which is it's on the single player,
Yeah.
but not on the multiplayer. And I thought it'd be so cool if you had a multiplayer stocks where you can like invest and sell and stuff.
You are going deep, bro. You want some
I
deep
I played
dives there.
I played a lot of GTA online, and so like every time I go into like the bank app, I'm like, oh, stocks are they live for online yet? And it never happens. So it's like, oh, it'd be so cool. Like and make it easy. Like I'm not gonna be day trading on GTA 5 when I'd rather do that in real life, I guess. But so I thought that'd be really cool.
Adam wants
One
the Vice City metaverse.
Yeah, kinda. It's not really that bad. I don't know. Maybe I'm over ambitious thinking about like how cool that would be, but maybe not. I don't know.
No, it's definitely cool.
Um,
No, it's a cool idea.
yeah, yeah. Or okay, and then another huge community of the GTA community is the role playing. Like there's GTA RP or whatever. I
Oh
think it'd
yeah,
be cool to have dedicated like servers, like official servers of RPG or RP, where like it's sanctioned by GTA or Rockstar. And like so you make a character and your character has a backstory and like you have to stick to that backstory unless you make a new character.
I think it would be really cool. I do love the idea of like just these servers where people are like, oh,
Yeah.
I gotta go to work, and you're like, what do you mean? He's like, oh, I'm a cop in GTA, and he's
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's
So
kind of
like
funny.
I think it'd be cool if they had official servers with that. But it would be so hard to do just because like the things that people want in those kinds of servers and things like that. But if they could have like a dedicated Rockstar version of it, I think that'd be neat. Because when I played in one, I did play one with my friend for a little bit, and I got kicked out because I
You broke
interfered with.
character.
I broke. Oh no, he was in character, but I broke the scene of that they're acting in because he was like one of the police officers, and I was a stripper named Candy, and I and so I was like trying to chase my friend down, and I went into their role playing of like they were trying to save the captain and things like that, and so like I went up to her, I was like, where's my boo?" And then like pretend to be like this old like, and I got kicked out like instantly because I ruined the RP. So and I was so confused because I was being thrown across the map, like being drugged across the map, and the next thing you know, you've been kicked from server. And I was like, oh,
Wow,
oops.
really?
Yeah. So some of those servers are really serious. So if you get into the RP, make sure you read the rules. Like you said, hopefully we get to go into a lot of rooms, like buildings. I think that's gonna happen. Another thing is like we could buy houses in GTA. I like to buy mansions, like just beachside mansions or things like that.
Yeah.
This is kind of nitpicky. I like a little pet, like if there's dogs in the world, I want to be able to have a dog.
I didn't think about that actually. Yeah,
Yeah.
it would be kind of cool if you could have like your own little dog or something.
Yeah. And then I think this is kind of a complaint of GTA 5. Keep some of the over the top stuff out, like the flying cars, the things that come flying across the screen that blow up, like, you know what I mean?
I mean, that's gonna be tough though, because there's an entire audience of GTA players that love that mayhem. Like they love the
I
game
know.
for that mayhem.
I guess. I don't know. I hated it. That's when I started getting out. Or it was over the top. Like I'm cool with like the jets, like like the VTOLs and things like that.
Yeah.
But when it's a little like speed bike from like Star Wars blowing you up out of nowhere, like that's annoying in my opinion. Like get that
I
out
don't
of
know.
here.
I don't know, dude. Having a Star Wars speeder is pretty cool.
I mean it's cool, but like when I'm just trying to cruise down the road, and like the thing is like that stuff becomes like pay to win at some point where like
Oh
you
yeah.
can buy the shark dollars, and then like it's like the person that doesn't want to spend real money has to like really earn their way, and then they're just getting blown up by these little speed racers out of
Mm,
nowhere. So
yeah. Well, I mean, now you have a jetpack, so you'll have a way to get away from the speed racers fairly easy.
I think that's fine, I guess. I don't know. But my last I think it'd be really cool, like because there's customization in cars. I hope there's, especially with like Miami or like Vice City, customization of boats. And then like being able to like transport, like have a trailer that you back up and like pull your boat to your house and things like that. I
That
think
would be
kinda cool.
cool. Yeah, if
Yeah.
they took the vehicle customization to like a different level, that would be sweet.
Yeah. And then
Like,
even like
could you
like
imagine
your
being able to
person
like,
customization.
yeah, like being able to customize like your plane or like a
Mhm.
jet ski or like something like that would be sick.
Yeah. I think that'd be really cool. That'd be really
Yeah.
cool.
No, that's good stuff, man. That's good
Yeah.
stuff. I feel like that's a pretty good list. If they do all those things, like kudos to GTA 6, man.
Yeah, and time will tell on what they're gonna bring to the table of what we love in a
Yeah.
game.
I do want to just touch on one thing real quick. How do you feel about the dual characters? You okay
What do you
with
mean?
it?
Yeah,
I
I
know
mean,
you're
I
not a
liked it in GTA 5.
yeah,
I liked playing all three of those characters. That doesn't bother me.
it's a seamless switch.
Yeah.
Which is just obviously key. We talked about that with Arkham Knights or Gotham Knights, obviously, of
Mhm.
how terrible that was. So the seamless switch. But the one thing that I do want to say is I do think that they've kind of figured out a way to eliminate one of the things that I really hate about having these dual characters, and that's your inventory.
Mhm.
Because there was no shared inventory between the characters in GTA 5. It's just kind of
Mhm.
like everybody had like what they had. They've introduced like a duffel bag system where you can kind of put things in your duffel bag, and
Oh, cool.
if they're inside the duffel bag, both characters can use them in the inventory, which I think is really cool. And I wanted to touch on that point. I've never
Yeah,
seen
that's really neat,
anybody do
actually.
that. So yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's super, super cool.
Yeah, the Division has something similar to that. When you put it in like your stash, like that stuff transfers, but not to like a little duffel bag and stuff like that. But
Yeah. So I think it's gonna be pretty cool. Those are the things that we want from the GTA franchise. And
mm,
hopefully Adam gets them. But with keeping in the holiday theme, we're gonna do a little bit of a test here. And I wanna know
woo-hoo.
what Adam wants to eat for this holiday season. And we got a little bit of comments here. So I'm excited for this one because a little bit of feedback is that Adam always seems to be the riddle master, and I'm always the one getting quizzed. And now the
Mhm.
tables will be turned. Ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen, we will be doing a quick quiz. Adam does not know what we are doing right now of the top 10 holiday Christmas cookies.
Ooh, okay.
I wanted
So
to
try.
fine tune it. So yeah, we got a
Okay,
list
yeah.
of we got a list of 10 cookies. This is from allrecipes.com, and we're going to see how many Adam can get right. So Adam, please, your best
Okay.
guess. See if you can get all 10.
I'm gonna put sugar cookies on the list.
Sugar cookies is number 2 actually.
Okay, cool.
Isn't that
And
surprising?
then,
I thought that would be number 1.
so I think sugar cookies, they're really good, but I don't think they're a top cookie. Chocolate chip on there?
Chocolate chip is number 1.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Okay. What about those like peanut butter cookies with the Hershey kiss in the middle? I don't know what they're called.
Oh, yeah, that is number 10. Those are called peanut blossoms.
Yeah, I like those. Okay.
You're cooking.
Is
You're
is this-
cooking.
is there just straight peanut butter cookies? Is that a thing on there?
Nope. No, I think they gave that spot to the peanut blossoms.
Okay. Chocolate chip. I might
make-
be losing already.
You make houses out of one.
Oh, gingerbread cookies. Okay.
Gingerbread, yep.
Yeah. Okay. Is there like a mint chocolate chip cookie?
Yeah, peppermint meringues. That's number 9.
Okay, we can give that one to me, I suppose. Okay. Wow. I guess I don't know my cookies very well. No bake cookies, is that a thing?
No, that's not a thing.
No.
about
Monster cookies?
What about cinnamon? What about cinnamon cookies?
Oh, snickerdoodles.
There you go. There you go. Snickerdoodles,
Okay.
number 3. Okay,
I'm not very good at cookies apparently.
you only got 4
Um,
left. You got 6 out of 10. You're doing good.
Okay.
Okay, breakfast type cookie. This is a breakfast food
scone?
that's a breakfast food that's been turned into a cookie.
What's it start with?
Oh,
Oh, oatmeal raisin
there you
cookies?
go. There you go. That's
Huh.
number 5. Number 5. We only got
Interesting.
3 left.
Okay. What do we got? We got chocolate chip, sugar.
Snickerdoodles, gingerbread,
Snicker-
oatmeal raisin, peppermint meringues, and peanut blossoms. You got 3 left.
What's the flavor of the next a couple more? I'm bad. At this.
Coconut.
Oh, I don't know. What's it called?
Coconut macaroons.
Oh, nope. I'm good. I don't know
We got
that one.
no macaroons.
Are these pretty like common cookies? The last two?
One I don't think you're gonna get, but yeah, one is fairly common. I feel like people are kind of shouting this from the rooftops right now.
Gingerbread. Is it?
It's a type of bread.
It's not banana bread cookies, is it?
It's not tall bread, but
I don't know. Muffin tops? I don't know.
shortbread cookies is number
shortbread
6.
cookies. Dang it.
Yeah, shortbread cookies are number 6, and
Ah.
cranberry orange cookies are number 8. Which I didn't think you were gonna get that one, but I think you did
Yeah,
fairly
no.
well. We're gonna give
I
you
don't think
7.
I did. You gave me a lot of hints. I don't think I deserve 7.
We're gonna give you 7. Adam, ladies and
Okay.
gentlemen, Adam's got 7 out of 10.
I think 3 out of 10. This is the first
It's-
3 I said.
Just take the 7, bro.
All right, fine. I'll take the 7. All right, moving
Adam,
on. That was
moving
a
on.
hard list. I don't eat
That was-
very many cookies. Like the cookies I eat are sugar cookies, chocolate chip, and then the peanut butter with the Hershey Kiss. What do they call them? Peanut butter
Peanut blossoms. Yeah,
Peanut blossoms. Yeah, those
those
are
are
so good.
fantastic.
Yeah.
It's tough,
Okay.
dude. It's tough. It's tough being quizzed on the spot.
Hey, you do great though every time we do it. But moving on
Moving
to our
on.
next game, Blade, the Marvel game coming out. Are you
I'm
excited for this, Dave?
super excited for it. Let's go
Are you
ahead
really?
and yeah, I'm super excited for this. Let's go ahead and pull up the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
I think just a little bit of backstory. So, who is Blade? I think is probably a good place to start because I'm
Yeah.
not really sure if a lot of people know who Blade is. So Blade is a comic book character. His real name is Eric Brooks. His first appearance was in the Tomb of Dracula number 10. He was just a side character. And the backstory of Blade is that Blade's mother, while she was pregnant, was bitten by a vampire named Deacon Frost. And due to this, Blade has been kind of infused with some genes of the vampire species. And basically, what that means is Blade is what is known as the Daywalker. So he has all of the powers of the vampires, but he has none of the weaknesses. So he's not prone to like he's not done in by sunlight or anything like that. And I think it's a really, really cool backstory. So basically,
Yeah,
that's who Blade is in the comics.
Yeah. Then
Okay.
in the trailer,
Jumping in
here,
the trailer. Yeah, go ahead in the trailer.
I don't really know much to say. You might know a little bit more about it than me, but essentially, it seems like Blade is getting a haircut by a barber here, and then it's getting right before nighttime, and then so the barber seems to has cut himself a little bit, and he's telling, and he was worried that Blade might react to it, and then he's like, "Don't worry, I don't bite," and so that's kind of what you're seeing here. But the art style, I like this. Like, it's kind of got like a cartoon comic book feel to it, and I think that's really neat.
Yeah,
What do you
guys.
think?
Yeah, guys, if you're just listening on the Spotify, I think the art style is very much, I don't want to say confusing, but it's very unexpected because this is going to be a darker style game, right? So obviously
Yeah.
we're talking about vampires, and Blade has always been known as like kind of this badass. So this should be a very mature title, but the art style that we're seeing, I would almost compare it to like the Miles Morales Spider-Man movies. It has
Yeah.
almost like that kind of same art style and flow to it, which is very interesting.
Mhm.
I'm undecided on whether I think that's bad or good. And I really kind of thought about it because I wanted to have like a set in stone idea for the show.
Mhm.
But I'm still just kind of undecided. I really don't know. I think it's going to rely on the type of combat, but I think it's interesting to say the least.
Mhm. I think it's cool. I like those kind of art styles though. Those like soft lines or sorry, the hard lines and things like that, where it's more like the comic book feel or the cartoon feel. That's just my personal preference. I like games that are like that. But this game is being made by Bethesda and Arcane Lion, which were responsible for Dishonored, which is a great game, and then
Yeah,
Deathloop. I don't
Dishonored.
know if you ever played Deathloop. Deathloop was really cool. I never actually I wanted to finish it, but I never got to finish it, but I really liked the gameplay mechanics of that game. And so kind of what you're saying, going off of that, it's an original story, so it's not going to follow comics like straight up. It's going to have original story. It's
Which I hate.
Dave hates that.
I hate
It's
that
a
part.
third person. You hate that all the time.
I
It's a
do.
third person. I know where you're coming from, but essentially, like, they could ruin the comics if they try to. You know what I mean? Like, they ruin the game by saying so like by the book. You know what I mean? I mean, look at
No.
Spider-Man 2. It was such a good game, and it's an
But
original story.
this is the first like this is like the first incantation of Blade in this series. Like Blade's been in video games before, but this is like the first of this like you have the chance to open the story. There's not a lot of games that there's not a lot of game IPs that have a chance to open the superhero story. Why are you shaking your head?
I I disagree. I disagree because, like I said, they could like. For one, it takes away the suspense. If you know everything that's coming in a video game, like what's the point of playing the video game? They're gonna stay true to elements of the story, but they're not. It's gonna be an original story of like how like what's gonna happen in this game.
Okay, but here's my argument against that is like, okay, you say people what's the point in playing if you don't if you already know what's going to happen? And I think the argument against that is the people that know the comic book storyline, that's what they want to see. They want to see happen what they know is going to happen. And most people don't know the comic book storyline, so they're not going to know either way. You know what I mean?
Okay, but how many? Okay, who's gonna play this game more? People that like truly know the comics versus people that will never read the comics. Like, you know what I mean?
I'm gonna say for for this IP, this is gonna be very much people that know the comics that are
I don't
gonna
know.
want to play this game.
I don't know.
You don't think so?
I don't know. I think it's. I don't want to say it, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I feel like the comic book love is kind of decreasing. Like the people that love the comics of this thing, they're starting like people like are like you know what I mean? Like new people getting into it, they're into this side of things. They don't go back to the comics. I think unfortunately the older comics like that are fans of the back in the day comics, they're starting to like fade out a little bit.
Are you just calling me a boomer that needs to fade out? Is that
No, I'm
basically
not
what?
calling you a boomer and you need to fame out. I'm just saying like people like nobody does the research of what's in the past of like these games. They want new and fresh. You know what I mean?
But if you don't know the comic book story, then the comic book story is still new and fresh to you.
Yeah, but I don't know, Dave. I don't know.
I think it's an
I
easy
like original stories.
I think it's an easy way to make everybody happy though, because it's like the true comic book fans want to see the story they know come to life, and the people that don't know the comic books, you can tell them anything and it's a new story because they don't know.
I guess.
It's like you made everybody happy. Just sticking with the storyline that is true to the comics made everybody happy.
I don't know if that's what everybody wants. I could be wrong.
Guys, let us. Yeah, I'm super curious to know this. Let us know down in the comic book. Like, let us know down in the comments
Comic
if
book,
you're.
yeah.
Yeah, if you're a comic book fan, are you a fan of seeing the story that you know come to life, or are you more interested in a original story separate from the comic book storyline? Because I don't know. I don't know
It's a tough
why.
question, but
Yeah, it's a tough question. I don't know why I'm such a purist of like why I just want to see the comic book stories that I know come to life. But I feel like I'm not alone.
yeah, you're probably not alone, and I'm probably not alone either. You know what I mean? I feel like it's a good. I want to say it's probably not a 50-50 split. I think it's one way higher than the other, and I think it'd be kind
Yeah.
of curious to know. So maybe we'll make that into a. Make sure to look on our community post. Maybe we'll have it as a community post poll.
Yeah,
And
I'm
kinda
that's
go
super
from there.
curious. Super curious to know the
Yeah,
answers there. But yeah,
yeah, but
anyway, so yeah, this game is being put out by Bethesda. Adam touched on Arcane's Leon, who is the studio that's going to be doing it, single player experience. The thing that I am super excited about is this has already been rated a mature title. So
mhm,
we know that they're going to do this game justice in the sense of like this is a very dark storyline. I mean,
yeah,
you're a half vampire who's like a ridiculously sweet swordsman. So like this game does need to be mature, and they're at least gonna go that route with it and kind of hold true to what it should be. So I'm super excited for
mhm.
that. And the storyline is basically that they're the city that they are in, which is in Paris, which we're gonna talk about in a second because I think it's dumb. Um, I don't think Paris is dumb. I think that the idea that this is taking place in Paris is dumb, but we're gonna talk about that in a second. The city is under quarantine after midnight because the city is being overrun with a vampire, kind of I hate to use the word pandemic, a vampire issue. They're having a
Yeah,
vampire issue. So the
yeah.
city is quarantined after sundown, and it's Blade's job to take care of this and bring the city kind of back to life. Which, okay, yeah, that's probably the storyline that they're gonna have to go with. The Paris thing though is just weird to me. Blade has never been in Paris,
It's an original story, Dave.
but the
Maybe
guy
because
picked
where does he normally like? I have never read the Blade comics. Where is he normally at? What
in the
city?
United States.
Okay, name the city that he's in.
in the United States. I don't know.
Yeah. What?
I don't
Yeah.
know the city, but he's at least it's in the United States.
Let's see. Where is Blade from? I swear. Let's see. No, I don't know. Of course, it's not a quick Google. Um, ah, I don't know. My thought is, if it's New York City, I'm glad it's in Paris. I'm tired of seeing video games always in New York City. Yes, New York City is an easy, rich place to do video games, but like I'm cool with Paris. I think it's a cool because what game have you played in Paris?
But the guy picked Paris, they picked Paris for this setting just because the director is from Paris and he wanted Blade to be in his hometown. That's the only reason they picked Paris.
Okay, that's fine with him. That's fine with me.
Is-
It's a cool
isn't that-
city.
It's a cool city. Yeah, it's a great city.
So
I
maybe,
just- I just-
and who knows? Maybe like Paris has the Oh, and actually, the place of origin of Blade is London, to be exact.
Yeah, so why didn't they do it in London?
I don't know. Maybe he moved from London to Paris. So I'm just saying that I'm glad it's not New York. And I love New York City. Don't get me wrong.
Adam is just boycotting New York City in all video games.
Yeah, just because it's like I feel like any open world like newer game is like New York City is where we're going. But anyway, I think Paris is cool because what if like in the map, like the quarantine makes sense. Yes, there's boroughs in New York City, you can quarantine those, but like what if it's similar to that? Like there's the bridges and this area is on lockdown, and it just makes sense to have this area on lockdown. And I don't know.
I mean, the idea is cool. It's like when sundown hits, everybody's kind of locked down except for Blade, which I mean, it's a cool idea. I don't know. I'm just lame, and I just wish that they stuck to the original storyline. But I do think the game is going to be really cool, and I do think the game's going to be fun to play because Blade, like we talked about, I mean, the Blade kind of fighting style is probably the fighting style of a superhero that I'm the most comfortable with because he's a swordsman. I mean, he does have guns and stuff like that, but he's very much a martial arts guy. So I feel like that fighting style that we're gonna get probably falls in line more closely to the games that I typically play.
Right.
Yeah.
I can see that, and I'm excited for that too. And there's just it's super early in their development, and they just showed the reveal trailer, so we're gonna see a lot more on this game. We'll definitely start to talk about it more. However, there's one thing I want to talk about with this game, or just in Marvel in general. Do you think that there's Marvel fatigue? I
100%.
think there's definitely Marvel fatigue in movies. Is it going to transition to the games? Because right now, I would say fans are excited about Marvel games. However, there's a lot of Marvel games coming out very quickly.
There's a ton, and we touched on a lot of them. Some of them I don't even remember. Do you remember the name of that game that we talked about, where it was like Black Panther and Captain America and
There's no title for that one. There's a Black Panther game. There's a Black Panther and Captain America game. There's Iron Man. There's Wolverine, which Wolverine, we'll call that separate because that's Sony. Like Sony's putting that on, and they always do really well. But like a lot of EA, and now there's Arcane. You know what I mean? They're starting to push all these titles out to a bunch of different people. I think what they're doing is like, let's try it. Oh, it's stuck. Okay, let's keep going. And I think that's kind of what we're gonna get with these. And so my concern is they're going to start out with the quality, kind of how the movies were. Like the movies started out with really good quality, and it wasn't so much quantity. And now I think these games are going to go from quality to quantity. And I'm kind of concerned. You kind of see that with Marvel's Avengers.
I mean, that's the Disney effect, bro.
I know, and that's why I'm worried about what's going to happen to these games and these IPs, because they're just going to start cranking out these games. And they're just either going to die or they're not going to be put together very well. And it just has me concerned because one thing, like Marvel has come out with 33 movies since 2008. And that's not including the TV shows. 33 movies since 2008.
I'm going to just throw it out there. And like I said, this is the Disney effect. And this is the reason why I don't like Star Wars anymore. They literally just... I'm sorry, I don't. I
Yeah.
don't like Star Wars anymore. There's just too much, and they're not focusing on good content. They're just focusing on putting out more content. And it's not to say that the new Star Wars content is bad, but I feel like if they took their time with it and gave us like there's definitely they could give us something better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like it's the same thing with these Marvel movies and with the Marvel games and everything like that. It's like their whole goal is just to continuously feed the beast, right? And they're just going to
Yeah.
keep pumping it out, pumping it out, pumping it out. And it all has to do with the mindset, right? I feel like Disney has this mindset of like they used to really care about the long-term kind of success of their franchises, right? Like
Hmm.
when they first kind of came out, like oh, like the Mickey Mouse, you know, like they cared about that. They cared about the
Hmm.
future. I feel like they no longer care about the future of any of these franchises because they're so big that they're just like I feel like the mindset of Disney is like we're gonna buy a franchise, we are going to run it into the ground and make as much money on it as we possibly can. And when it dies, and we don't care. And we will evacuate everything that has to do with that franchise from our works and buy something. We'll buy the next popular thing, and
Yeah.
it's just going to be this revolving door of like we will run Star Wars into the ground. When Star Wars is dead, we will remove everything from our parks, everything from our streaming services, and just kind of wipe the slate clean of Star Wars and like now we're gonna buy Star Trek because that's more popular right now. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And
Okay. Yeah.
I just feel like that's kind of the way that they're kind of doing things, and it's kind of upsetting because they're going to purposely drive these franchises into the ground.
Yeah. And kind of to go off that point, so you brought up the big money standpoint. Do you know how much money Marvel has made off these 33 movies?
Oh, I can't even imagine. Billions.
29 billion dollars
No,
of these
29
movies.
billion. Yep.
Yep. And so what now with that, Dave, I want you to be quizzed now.
Oh
Can you
no.
guess? Can you guess the lowest box office Marvel movies? The 10 lowest box office Marvel movies. Marvel box
The
office.
10 lowest?
Yeah.
Oh no.
And to be
Of
honest, you could probably guess newer ones and you'll kind of crush it.
Oh, 10 lowest. Okay. Anything Ant-Man.
Just do you know the titles?
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Nope, actually that one's not on here.
That one's not on there?
Actually, okay, I'll give it to you. Ant-Man the Wasp, Quantumania.
Okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
And then
Fantastic
you said
Four. How old are these?
MCU specifically.
MCU specifically.
Yep.
Captain Marvel.
Nope.
Not on the list?
Mm-mm.
I feel like I'm gonna just absolutely blow this draft.
And I'll give you Ant-Man too, because that one's on there. Ant-Man was 2. Quantumania was so. When I say 2, they were like not the lowest, if that makes sense.
Oh.
Let me do that backwards. So they are number Ant-Man the Wasp, Quantumania is 7, and then Ant-Man is 9. No, 8. I'm all confused. Let's redo this. We're starting over. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 movies. Oh wait, no, here we go. Now I got it. So Ant-Man the Wasp was 7. Ant-Man. Wait, hold on, Dave. I'm confusing myself.
Yeah, you're confusing me now.
Okay. So number 1 is the worst of the movies, if that makes sense. That's how we'll do it.
Okay, so number 1 is the worst.
Yep. And number 10 is at the bottom, if that
Okay.
makes sense. Like closer to being better. So Ant-Man the Wasp, Quantumania was 8.
And
And
it's
then
just from
Ant-Man is 9.
it's just from 2008 and
Yep.
above.
Yep.
This is gonna be tough.
You got it.
Doctor Strange.
Nope.
Then Doctor Strange not on the list.
Mm-mm.
Captain America.
Yep.
Winter Soldier?
That was just original. That was number
Just
3.
The original.
Yep. Yep.
Iron
That
Man
was number
2.
3.
Iron Man 2 tanked, didn't it?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Oh my god, this list is just gonna screw me, dude. I'm so screwed on this list. Thor Ragnarok.
Thor Ragnarok was 3, 4, 5, 6. Or Thor Ragnarok? No, that was actually did good. But Thor, the original Thor, was 6.
Black Widow.
That was 4.
Oh, The Eternals. That movie was awful.
5. 2021 still. So those two are 2021. There's one more in 2021.
There's no way a Spider-Man movie can be on this list, right?
No Spider-Man movies.
Yeah, give me a hint.
10 Rings.
Oh, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Okay, and then
you got one.
There's no Guardians on this list, right?
Nope.
No Guardians. Okay.
You got 3 more. Think very early on, but they really weren't bad movies. They just, actually, one of them was.
Is the Marvels on the list? I don't think that did very good.
Number 1. That is the worst Marvel movie.
Okay. Original movies. Oh, the Hulk. Is the Hulk on the 2008 Hulk?
That's number 2.
And is Thor on there twice? I feel like Thor movies are just awful.
Nope.
No. Iron Man 3?
How about just Iron Man? That's number 10.
The original Iron Man is the worst one?
Or in terms of grossing, like box office.
That's crazy. I thought that would be way up there.
I just think that is... So I have a feeling like Iron Man was on in Captain America were on this because it was so early and nobody bought into it yet, if that makes sense. Nobody was like, I love these movies yet. I would say that's probably why. Yeah. But you look at 2021, Black Widow, Eternals, Shang-Chi, and you look at 2023, Marvels, and Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. So 5 of those 10 were just in these last few years, like last 3 years. And that's what I mean. Like, they're just... And kind of going... So they were releasing 2 movies a year, which that seems like a lot. Now they're releasing 3 a year. And so that's where I kind of put this quality over quantity argument. And I think that's what's going to happen to these games is they're starting to do quantity over the quality. And I'm concerned that everybody's going to start liking these games. And then they're like, wait, Iron Man game? Captain America game? Batman? I'm sorry, I said Batman. Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, Marvel game? Like, it's just too much.
They're gonna flood the market, right? And it's like you said, like, oh, now they're gonna do 3 movies a year. Where they were only doing 2, but it's like, now that they're doing 3 movies a year, and it doesn't sound like 2 to 3 movies is a lot, but that's a lot for a actual theatrical release. And then also on top of it, it's like, okay, they've released 3 movies. They're gonna release 6 seasons of different TV shows. They also have 4 AAA video games coming out, and it's just like the giant is just like puking Marvel on you for the whole year. You're just like, Marvel, blah! You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's kind of why I'm concerned about these games. I really hope these games are really cool, especially like this Blade one seems really cool. And honestly, like I said, Wolverine, I'm not worried about just because who's making that game. I think that's a really fun game. But this Iron Man game, this Black Panther game, Black Panther and Captain America game, I'm worried about those of being quantity, not quality.
Yeah, and I think what's really, really sad is that because of this, I would be hard pressed to say that, I don't know, if I had to put a number on it, I'm going to say that like probably 90% of these franchises are going to die. Just because it's too much. I mean, people are going to care about the obvious, right? So Spider-Man is never going to die. Wolverine is never going to die. Deadpool is never going to die. Blade, people are going to get fatigued to the point where they don't care about Blade. You know what I mean? Like like Captain America could fall to the wayside. Like there's a lot of really cool Marvel characters that will just fall to the wayside because people have just been so overrun with Marvel that they just don't care about the character, and the character just isn't as strong as like those mains.
Right, and I you can kind of say that about like the Fantastic Four. Like they've
Oh yeah.
tried 3 times, and like with let's be honest, like I'm not super excited about the new Fantastic Four movie coming out. Yeah, some of the actors are cool, but like I'm like, oh well, here goes another shot at it. Is it would it be good? I don't know. And then look at the Hulk. They have not made a Hulk because you know what I mean. Like people, no, like everybody would love a good Hulk movie, but they're like, oh, we already tried it and it failed, so we don't want to do it again.
Yeah. Because
So
they just need like again, this is quantity over quality. Like take your time and like
yeah,
if you take your time and you use the source material, you can make all of these like that's the worst part about this, right? Is like
hmm
you should never fail. They should never fail at any of these movies with any of these IPs because these characters have all been proven.
yeah,
They've all been proven that people will be interested in it because they all have long running comic book spans. Like people, there is a group of people that are interested in these characters, and that's been proven. And it's just like this comes down less to the character itself and more to the execution. It's like, was the Hulk really bad? No, but did they just execute poorly and not capture the audience that cares about the Hulk? I think you're muted.
am I better now? Sorry.
Yeah, you're better.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So I
Yeah, I
mean,
agree.
it's kind of sad. It's kind of sad that I feel like a lot of these characters are just going to get kind of thrown to the wayside here, but
Yeah,
it is
like
what
you
it
said,
is.
once they squeeze the orange of all the money, they're like, okay, what's next? And I think that's what's gonna happen. But
No.
time will tell. Like I said, I'm still a huge Marvel fan. I love seeing things being made. Like, however, I'm not a huge comic book person, so when they do bring these things to life, I do get excited about them, but not when they're crap. If they're
Yeah.
good and they bring them to life, then yes, I love them. But like, there's some things like that Marvel game or the Avengers game. I was like, oh, I hope this is really fun, and it was crap. So
Yeah. I I'm excited. I'm going to be honest though, I'm not playing this game.
you don't think so?
No, I'm not playing it. And do you know the number one reason why?
Because it's not
I feel
staying true to the story.
I feel like not enough people are talking about this. This game is going to be put out by Bethesda.
Oh yeah.
We talked about this. This game is going to be put out by Bethesda, who is owned by Microsoft.
Yep.
So and nobody seems to mention this in any of the comments or anything like that. This game will be an Xbox exclusive.
Most likely, yeah.
I
Not
mean,
most likely, it will be.
there's, I would be hard pressed to say that this is going to show up on any other console. So
Well,
yeah,
if you have a PC, play it on PC, Dave.
I'm gonna throw it out there and just say that this is going to be a PC Xbox exclusive. And I most likely will not. I'm not interested enough in this title to either get an Xbox or play on PC. So I will be
One of these
missing
days.
this. I will be
One of
missing
these
out
days.
on this one. But Adam can let us know how it is
That is
on
for
his
sure.
fancy PC. Maybe teach me one
your
day.
your PC is more fancy than mine. You just need to start using it. But all right, moving on. We talked about that for a while. Jurassic Park Survival.
This
Let me
game,
hear it, Dave. Let's hear it. Let's
will
hear it.
be getting this game. I
Yeah.
1000% will be getting.
Oh,
And
it's
there,
Nintendo Switch exclusive.
you're full.
Yeah, I'm just
You
kidding.
spread lies, sir.
I spread lies. I'm kidding. Don't quote me on that. That is false. Don't. Yeah. Let's pull up the trailer right away.
Yeah. Let's pull up the trailer. I'm super excited for this game. I think one of the things that we gotta touch on real quick because I'm afraid people might hear that Jurassic Park Survival and just kind of immediately tune out because there's a lot of hate for this
Yeah.
game right now. Yeah, there really is a
And
lot of hate
there's-
for this game.
There was things that I was gonna mention about it too, and I think you're probably going the same direction I was thinking. So
Yeah.
let me get this trailer pulled up right now. If I can
So-
find it. There we go.
Yeah, guys, the things that we're kind of talking about here is people are giving this a lot of hate, but I just want to throw out there that this trailer is very much just an announcement trailer.
Yep.
This is not a gameplay trailer. This is just literally what it's named. It's just an announcement trailer to let people know that this game is coming. So I think a lot of the things that people are not super excited about, we kind of have to throw to the wayside right now. Like this is obviously not in-game footage. This is pre-rendered stuff. If you watch the trailer, which we'll see here in a couple seconds, there's actually only I can count 3 actual gameplay clips in this game, and
Hmm.
I feel like they're very early stages. But if you guys are just listening on the Spotify, I think if you are a fan of the original Jurassic Park,
Yep.
um, the original Jurassic Park franchise, the nostalgia level and like the level of excitement that you're getting right now, is just absolutely incredible because what we're looking at is a main character. And she's kind of reliving these experiences from the first movie. So if you're just on the
Yeah.
Spotify, what we're looking at right now is she just did the scene in the kitchen with the velociraptors where she's hiding behind the things and she hits the spoon and the raptors kind of know her. And then now we have like the little dinosaurs that spray the tar like Ned in the original series, and it's like, dude, the
Hmm.
level of excitement that I'm getting just from seeing this come to life is so cool.
Hmm. And that's
Yeah.
kind of why
Uh,
I was super excited about it. Just the Easter eggs of the trailer, making it seem like they're bringing it back to the '90s version of the franchise, which a lot of people have loved. Like they love that so much more than the Jurassic World,
yeah.
and so I think that's why a lot of people are really excited about it. But then here she is holding the flare, distracting the T Rex, and then here's that
Yeah.
gameplay footage. She jumped over, and that's probably a little bit of game footage. So like right now we're seeing a little game footage. It's alpha, very short clips, but they call it Jurassic Park Survival, but I don't know if it's actual survival, if that makes sense. I think there's a lot of elements that are scaring people away with the word survival, but I don't know if this game is truly a survival game.
Um, yeah, I'm gonna throw it out there and say I don't think that this is a survival game. Um,
Yeah.
to the point where it's like, oh, you need to drink, we talk about this all the time, like you need to drink water and you need to like
Yeah.
you need to like actual survival game. I think this is more or less just like you need to survive the experience of being
Yeah.
on this thing. So just real quick, the storyline for the game that I've heard so far is this actually takes place one day after the original movie.
Yep. One day.
um Yep, one day after the actual original movie, and you're playing as a scientist named Maya who is not able to be part of the evacuation. And this is her story of kind of like what happened the day after Jurassic Park, the original
Hmm.
movie happened. And dude, I think that's so cool because I'm a nostalgia junkie. Like, like
Hmm.
I absolutely love seeing that. And like the level of detail that they went to in this trailer to kind of like reaffirm that this is going to be, you know, very much what fans of the original movie want to see. Like we had the steps where the water was like shaking for the T-Rex. Like
Hmm.
at the end of that trailer, it showed the freezer door opening, which if you remember from the first movie, that's how the kids got out of the kitchen is they trapped the T-Rex in the freezer. So it's like
With the
now that
raptor.
for Oh yeah, the raptor, I'm sorry, the velociraptor in the freezer. So like I'm super excited for it. I think it's gonna be cool.
Yeah, I agree. And so kind of going into like what the game is like mechanically going to be, it's going to be a first person game. And like I said, I think it's going to be more of an action adventure game that you have to use like some like outsmart the dinosaurs, escape, interact, and probably a lot of traversal stuff of like jumping, stealth, things like that, using distractions to like distract the dinosaurs. And I think that's really cool because like I can't name another like a good dinosaur game, and let alone a good Jurassic Park game. Like yeah, those Jurassic Park games where you can build your park, yeah, those are cool. But there's nothing like this that I've seen in a very long time, if at all. So,
Yeah. And they tote the game as a realistic horror survival game, right? So it's
hmm,
supposed to be it's supposed to be tense. Like
yeah,
it's supposed to give you that feeling like when you're watching the original movie of like the dinosaurs were cool, but they were also kind of scary. You know what I mean? Like it was
yeah,
intimidating, especially if you went to the theater and saw that in the 1993, the T-Rex. Like that giant T-Rex in the movie theater, like I saw that as a kid and I had nightmares about that thing. You know what I mean?
right,
But I
yeah,
loved it. It was like it was so scary but just like so cool at the same time, and I think that's the vibe that we're going to be getting from this game. And I'm just like
yeah.
I'm super excited to see all the Easter eggs that we're going to get from the original movie.
And it feels true to the movie. You know what I mean? Like it feels like it's going to be an extension of that 1990s film and things like that. And then like you can like you said there's tons of Easter eggs already in the trailer like the hat at the beginning. Oh, why am
Yeah.
I blanking on his name? Like but the main character's hat, like that's he like gets stomped on, and I just think that's so cool that they're bringing so many of these Easter eggs into the world of this. And I guess partially one of my questions just be so to me a lot of exploring, but do you think it's open world exploring?
For a game like this, I'm I I would like to say that it's going to be open world, but I don't know if they can do that with it in the storyline. Like it
Yeah,
should be open world, but again, we touch on this. It should be open world, but extremely
like guided.
user yeah,
Yeah.
extremely guided open world.
Okay,
But
I
I
can see
do
that.
I do hope it's open world because it's like I want to, we talked about this, like I'm a nostalgia junkie, like there's
Hmm.
certain things that I want to see, you know what I mean? And I might just want to like go and kind of like see these certain locations, and just kind of see how they've worked it into the world, you know what I mean? It would be
Yeah,
fun, especially for replay value, if it like not all of these encounters were just extremely scripted. Like you could go to
yeah,
like the T-Rex pen and like maybe the Rex is there, maybe he's not. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And it's like that would be kind of cool where it's just like instead of like a pure story driven game where
yeah.
you go to the T-Rex pen and it's like this whole thing plays out. I think it'd be kind of cool if it was open world.
I agree. I agree. I think that'd be
Yeah.
really neat. And then like quality wise, it feels like they're taking their time on the game too. Like just the animations. I know, like you said, it's cinematic trailer, but it seems like they like really focused on making the game look good with the weather elements. I think the game looks good from what we've seen, essentially.
Yeah. And I think, people have to kind of be a little bit understanding on this title. It's like this is an announcement trailer, so this game is very far off. I would be hard pressed to say that we're going to get this game in 2024. I would say this is a 2025 game. Don't you think?
Okay. I don't know. So a lot of things I read says this might be coming out soon.
You
And so
think?
like yeah, on my notes I have a very soon question mark and that cuz like I can't remember what video or uh article I read, but it's like yeah, this game is supposed to come out soon. And so I wonder how soon that soon means. So
I mean, I I don't know. I would be hard pressed to think it's going to come out in 2024, but I could be wrong.
who knows? And if it does, cool. And if it doesn't, cool as well cuz maybe that means they're spending even more time to make it even better. But I'm excited for this one. This one's going to be fun. And I
Yeah.
think would make this game even more fun and kind of scary putting it in VR too.
A VR would be crazy.
Yeah, because like
Especially
they
the
made Outlast into VR. So imagine if this game was in VR, running away from dinosaurs.
dude, you like pop the flare and running away from the T-Rex. That would
Yeah,
be insane in VR.
that'd be so cool. So I don't know if that's ever gonna happen, but a horror Jurassic Park game in VR sounds so fun.
Dude, that would be so sick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
But I'm
getting into
excited.
VR a little bit, so I'm that's why I'm like, ooh, a VR game. So
All of Adam's new games are going to be all VR.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
but
gonna
I'm
be
super
fun.
excited for it, man. I think it's going to be a cool game. I think maybe not a lot of people are giving it a chance yet, and
Hmm.
I I think maybe they should. If you really kind of dissect the trailer, we saw that the people working on this game know the original IP and
Hmm.
obviously have a lot of love for the original IP. And I
Yeah,
think when your development team and the people working on the project are that kind of into what they're working on and dedicated to kind of keep it, what people want, it could be a diamond in the rough. It really could be. So I'm super
right.
excited for the game. I'm gonna get it. Hopefully we do get it soon
Because I'm excited for it too, and I want to get it. I'm gonna get it. It'll be
on
fun.
PlayStation.
Yeah, one or the
Yeah,
other.
uh, get it on PlayStation.
Okay, I'll get it on PlayStation. I need to get more games on
Okay.
my PlayStation.
All
Moving
right.
on, Dave.
Moving on. Go ahead. Go ahead. Introduce it.
All right. Next, we are going to do a draft of the best dinosaurs
Ever. Ever
ever.
created.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna.
Draft of the best dinosaurs ever.
I think I might have cheated a little bit, but it's okay.
Uh oh.
Ah, dude, we're gonna stop flipping the coin, dude. You just go first
Did I
every
win?
time now. Yeah, of course you won. Go ahead.
My first pick of the dinosaur draft is a T Rex, Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm
you
so
had to take
mad
it.
right now. I'm
Yep.
so
I
mad
know where
right
your
now.
number one's going to be now, though.
I don't think you do.
Oh, okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, my number one pick of the dinosaur draft. I will be taking a Triceratops. I love Triceratops, dude. They're just like so chill, bro. They're like,
Yeah.
yeah, dude, they're like the dogs of dinosaurs. You're just like, hey, buddy, you know what I mean? You can have like a little pet T-Rex, like just kind of chill and like you lay up. You could just like lay up against him and like take a little snooze. He's
Dang
sweet.
it, dude. That was my number 2 pick. Gosh darn it.
Dang,
Well, that means you didn't-
really?
Yeah, it was. Well, that means you didn't take my number 3. So my third pick is the Velociraptor.
Number 2.
My number 2 is the Velociraptor.
I'm okay with it. I'm not a big fan of velociraptors. Do you know what a velociraptor really is though?
What?
It's like a chicken.
That's what
The
all
vel-
the dinosaurs are.
No, but the velociraptors that you see in Jurassic Park are not real velociraptors.
None
know
of these
that?
dinosaurs are real dinosaurs.
What do you mean? T-Rex
That's the
really T-Rex really existed, bro.
They all said I think the scientists say that like they're all supposed to have feathers and all chickens.
They're all chickens. All dinosaurs are chickens.
Yeah, they're all birds.
Okay. All right.
I'm no scientist.
I'm gonna let you have it. Oh yeah, you got T-Rex and Velociraptor, so I feel like you've already won. But it's all right. We're gonna keep it rolling. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, with my second overall pick, I will be taking a pterodactyl. I love pterodactyls, bro.
They're huge.
Huge,
You know that?
huge, so sick.
Yeah.
They're so sick.
Yeah.
And Pink Ranger. Little shout out to the Pink Ranger. Love it.
Yeah, I like it. Well, since you're taking that one, I am taking a Brachiosaurus as my third pick. My third pick is a Brachiosaurus.
I was actually on the Brachiosaurus. I love that one. Okay,
That is so
ladies
big.
and gentlemen, with my third overall pick, I will be taking the Spinosaurus, which is basically like a walking alligator that is
Yeah.
gigantic.
Yeah.
That's terrifying. Do you know that they're like really good swimmers too? So that thing could like be running full speed on the land and then dive into the water and just be like Michael Phelps of dinosaurs. That's insane. That's insane.
Yeah,
I gotta
that's a
take
good
that
one.
on my team.
That's a good one. Well, since you took the Spinosaurus, I'm gonna take the Stegosaurus.
Oh, that was on my
As
list too.
my fourth pick is the Stegosaurus.
That was on my pick too. I like their little pointy backs. Those things are
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, these are really
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, with my fourth overall pick, this might be cheating, and it's gonna be okay. But give me that megalodon. Give me that megalodon, bro.
I was gonna put the megalodon on my list, but I was like, is it like truly a dinosaur? But I agree. I think it deserves to be on the list. It's a
I
prehistoric
think it deserves.
being.
Yeah, I think it deserves it, and it's a 60-foot shark. I mean, that's
Yeah,
oh god,
that's
Oh,
dinosaur
God.
enough.
Yeah, it's
I
dinosaur.
like it. I like it. All right. Well, my last pick, and I'm glad you didn't take this one because now I get the brothers of. I'm gonna take the Brontosaurus too. We got the two big uns.
Yeah, you got
My
some two.
fifth pick is the Brontosaurus.
You got some two big boys there. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And then to round it off with my fifth overall pick, I'm gonna take the Dilophosaurus, which is the little guy that you see from the trailer that spits the tar.
Yeah.
I like that guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's cool.
One
he's
of the
cool.
other ones. I was gonna pick the little I don't remember the names of them, but the little like raptor looking ones where they kind of get all together.
Oh, like the
What
pack
about-
hunter, like from 2, where
Yeah.
where the family's on the beach and they just kind of come out of nowhere.
Mhm.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
ones are crazy.
Honorable mentions here. We have the Carnotaurus, and then we have the Argentinosaurus, which is even bigger than the Brachiosaurus and Brontosaurus, which is found in Argentina. I found out, hence the name.
Dinosaurs are absolutely crazy, bro. Could you imagine just
They're pretty
like
cool.
Could you imagine just like seeing that? Just like seeing anything that's like anything that's like 60 feet big. You're just like, oh my
Yeah.
God, that's insane.
It'd be so cool to have a Brontosaurus as a pet.
Or a
Just
Stegosaurus.
ride them everywhere.
Or a
Or
Triceratops.
Stegosaurus.
Oh my God. Could you
Triceratops-
imagine if
Or the Ankylosaurus. I think that's what it is. You know what I'm talking about? With the
Could-
spiky ball tail.
could you imagine if we could just like ride through the city on a triceratops. Just like,
That'd be so
hey,
cool.
buddy.
One day when Jurassic World comes into fruition. So
My dream. That would be my dream to just arrive on a triceratops. Like, hello,
yeah,
I have arrived.
that'd be pretty cool.
No.
That'd be pretty
Okay.
cool.
All right, moving on to the next game. I am super excited about this game. Ladies and gentlemen, we are talking Rise of the Ronin. Can we pull up the
Rise
trailer?
of the Ronin. Yes, we can pull up the trailer right about once I figure this out, because of course the normal button's not working today, so I have to do this more difficult way. But here it
I'm
is.
so excited for this. Adam, are you excited for this?
I have excited things about this game, but is it a game I'm super excited about? I'll be honest, no.
No? Okay. All
No.
right. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are just listening on the Spotify, what we're watching right now, is this trailer gets pretty real pretty quickly here. So we are looking at a possible decapitation of the main character, and it's like his life just flashed before his eyes. And then I'm going to assume that this is obviously I think they're going to Tarantino this. So I think this is that introduction is really the end of the game. So we're going to work up until that part of the game.
Mhm.
But dude, it looks so cool. I think it looks so sick. You know, I love like all the ninja stuff.
Yeah.
It has like a feel of Sekiro, but it also has like gun combat, which I'm super I thought you would be more interested because I feel like it's more gun focused than a traditional like kind of ninja game.
I don't know. I could see why you think that, but it's got a lot of your like the Souls and the Sekiro feel to it, and I think that's why it's kind of visually it's a really cool game. Don't get me wrong. I think it looks super cool, but it's just not my style of game, if that makes sense.
Yeah, guys, like on the Spotify, if you're just listening, there's like they have that scene where these like fighting in the snow and like the blood is
Yeah.
splattering on and like dyeing the snow. It just looks so sick, and it takes place in 19th century Japan,
Mm.
which is just an amazing era. And I love like the visualization of games that take place in that era. Oh, dude, and look at that bad dude wearing that mask.
Yeah.
That's absolutely insane.
Yeah,
So
it looks super
scary,
cool.
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Coming
It
out
loo-
March
looks really
24th
neat.
or 22nd of 2024.
22nd.
So we're actually going to
Yep.
get this one very, very soon, which I'm super excited about.
Yeah, and it's going to be like you said, it's 19th century historically accurate Japan. It's going to be a PS5 exclusive, Dave. There you go. There's a game just for you, since you can't play Blade.
Well done. Well done.
There we go.
Well done, Team Ninja. Thank you so much.
There you go. And what's really cool about this game that I do like, Graham, we talked about this in the past. Sometimes I don't like it, but the choices that you make in this game do matter. So the things that the choices you make will affect the end of the game and just different aspects of the game. I found this really cool. So the combat will have different layers of complexity, but like it will tailor to like depending on how you play yourself, will tailor how you play. If that makes sense. Like it will fit your play style anyway. It's gonna have close quarters weaponry, so like the katanas and blades and things like that, or the firearms. So that's probably why you thought I'd be interested. So I think that's really cool. This game's been actually in development for 7 years.
Yeah. Really, really long time. We've been waiting for
Yeah.
this game. Team Ninja, yeah, they've been working on this for a really, really long time. Dude, I'm kind of bummed because I thought here's my thought process, right? I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
this game is kind of like Sekiro, but
Yeah.
it's a lot more like kind of not as crazy, and it's got some gun stuff. So like maybe Adam would be down for this.
Maybe. Like I said, I'll try these games. Like I need to get into more of these kinds of games because they always look cool. But like I said,
Yeah.
I just don't have time to spend 2 hours on one boss dying over and over. So that's where I kind of draw the line. But I have to get into trying some of these a little bit more because I never say I don't like the way these games look because they all do look really cool. It's just
Yeah.
knowing what type of game they are, that's what kind of pushes me away a little bit. But other than that,
Yeah.
I think it looks cool, and I like how they're combining like the sword, like the katanas, the samurai swords, and the weapon, like the guns. It's just like it's a cool, unique mix to like the Sekiros and stuff like that, because that's not normal for these types of games. So I do think that is really cool. And it seems like they're gonna bring in like some elements of like you'll have to fight some of the Western like people. You know what I mean? Like Western, I don't know, not villagers,
Civilization.
explorers. Yes,
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
gonna have
yeah.
to fight some of that coming into Japan. And I think that's a really cool setting. The Japan 19th century historically accurate. That's so cool to me. I do
Yeah.
like that because ninjas in
Historic
general are just sweet.
Yeah, ninjas are awesome, right? And then
Yeah.
historically accurate Japan in the 19th century is just such a cool time to kind of make a game take place. And a little bit about the storyline. So the story takes place during what they're calling the Bakumatsu era. And
Hmm.
basically, what's happening is that Western civilization is kind of trying to um, like enforce their kind of lifestyle, or like, you know what I mean. And
Hmm.
there's a civil unrest between the people of this community, where there's a civil war kind of happening, where regimes are kind of forming, where of people that are very against this kind of Western colonization and people that are very for it. So there's a civil unrest kind of going on, and like Adam said, um there's not too much that we can say about the storyline because not a lot of the storyline has been released. And that's because a lot of the choices that you make in this game really do matter, and it really does affect the storyline. So I think replayability is going to be there. And I think it's very interesting that it's the thing with the Souls likes, right? It's like there is there is no choices. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no way to like really kind of waver from the path in a choice kind of sense, right? So don't get
Yeah.
me wrong, in Souls likes there are definitely very alternate paths that you can take, but it always has to do with like you kind of needing to know certain things. Like you need to know like, oh, I need this NPC to be here and do this thing, and I need to collect this one thing at this one time, and then do this choice, right? And this is going to be a very easier kind of way to do this, where it's you're getting choices like in a traditional game where it's like yes or no, and like I think people are really going to enjoy that, and the replayability is going to be great. And then like you talked about with the weapons, you are going to have slots for melee weapons, so like swords and spears and stuff like that. You're also going to be slotted for range weapons like firearms, rifles. And then you're also going to have a grappling rope, which is like introducing this element of stealth. So like you said, you can really kind of play this game any way you want. You can be much more of like a traditional ninja going in with like your melee weapons, or you could stay ranged, or you can be more of a hitman kind of like stealthy kind of ninja, right?
Yeah.
I'm super excited for all the things that you should be able to do in this game.
I will say I did like the grappling hook. I thought that was cool. The way he like
Yeah,
Mortal Kombat or like scorpions himself towards the enemy. I thought that was really cool.
yeah, that
Because
was
that
really really cool.
two of my like biggest thoughts I had like so when I put in my notes here, I was like thoughts. Traversal looks really fun and setting is exciting. And I like to be honest, like that's probably like my favorite things of this game. Just the way you can looks like how you'll be able to get around and just the overall setting and the feel of the game looks really cool. I think like honestly, like the PlayStation exclusive games that come out with these, they always look the best. Like I think like um Ghost of I'm gonna mess this up. The Ghost
Shushima.
yeah, like that game looks so
Yeah.
cool.
Dude, that
I
game was
need to
so
play that
sick.
one. And I
That game
think
was
like
so sick. And it wasn't a
yeah, I
Souls
need to
like
try that one.
too.
Yeah, I need to try that one. There's many games that I need to get on my PlayStation. But beyond the point, overall I do think this game looks really cool. And who knows, maybe we can start sharing our PlayStation library once I start buying some, and then like I'll be able to play these games more.
No, no, I'm all for that, dude. And
Yeah.
I think like what you touched on the traversal too is like the traversal I think is going to be really really fun, because if you look at the
Hmm.
trailer when I was watching it, I was like, am I getting Assassin's Creed vibes right now? Like am
That's
I
I
getting
did get that a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm almost getting that like Assassin's Creed level of like parkourness, which I think is really really
Hmm.
cool. And then, obviously with the glider, I'm like, oh man, that's Zelda. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of cool. I think you're gonna have some very interesting kind of ways to work this game, and I think it's gonna work to a lot of different play styles and a lot of different types of people. I'm excited for it.
It was gonna
I'm
be one of
definitely
Dave's
getting
Let's
it.
Plays.
Yeah, this could be a let's play. I'm not gonna lie.
If it's 50 episodes.
Hopefully it will not be 50 episodes. Yeah. Hopefully it will not be 50 episodes. But yeah, if you guys are into games like this, definitely check this one out. I think it's gonna be really, really sweet. It will be dropping on March 22nd and just a little bit. So there is gonna be a pre-order, so you can do a pre-order, and the pre-order does get you an armor set and 4 different combat styles. So
Ooh, cool.
I think that's touching on the fact of like how versatile this game is going to be with the combat
Mhm.
styles of like you can play, like we said, you can play kind of the way that best suits you. And of course there is also a deluxe version. The deluxe version comes with 2 additional armor sets, a dual sword, and the number one reason why I will be getting the deluxe edition. You get a bow staff, and I just
Ooh,
that's my favorite ninja weapon of all time, bro.
that's pretty cool. That's pretty
The
cool.
freaking
I
Donatello
don't blame
bow
you.
staff. Oh,
Yeah,
dude,
that's
that's
pretty
so
cool.
sick. Dude, it's gonna be so sick. So yeah,
I'm gonna
I'm
like,
super excited for the game.
yeah, I'm glad you're excited. And March is coming up quick. It's already almost January, so
Yeah, I
it's
mean
insane.
it's exciting. I wanted to bring this one to people's attention because we were talking a lot about games. It's like this is gonna take a while. This game you're gonna be able to get. You're
Yeah.
not gonna
Yep.
wait too long for this one. So yeah, keep this one on your radar if you're a fan. March 22nd, it will be dropping and it looks pretty sweet.
Yes, sir. Now that brings up, so this swordsman looks pretty good. Like your character looks pretty good at being a good swordsman.
He looks like
What
a
if we?
badass.
Yeah, he does. So let's draft the best swordsman. So swordsman. Wait, how do I want to say this one? I'll let you. You can go for it, Dave. Introduce
ladies
this draft
Ladies and gentlemen, we will be drafting the best swordsman in pop culture of all time
slash women'sman. Swordswomen.
slash woman's men.
Yeah,
The
whatever.
best,
They're
the
included.
best swords people of all time.
There we go. I like that.
If I don't win this, I'm going to quit the draft. Go ahead.
Boom, he won. Oh, I lost? I won?
Yeah, you won, of
Nice.
course.
I don't think
Always.
you're going to take the same one. Well, my number one pick of the swordsman draft is Deadpool. Is that your number one?
Of course, that was
There's
my
no
number
way.
one.
Let's
Of
go.
course,
Cool.
of course, that was my number one.
I
Can
don't.
you
Hold
see
on, I'm
it?
not gonna look. I don't want to see the
Can you
rest.
see
I don't
it?
want to see the rest.
Can you see
I don't
it?
want to see the rest. I didn't see it. I didn't want to see the rest.
Why you gotta take Deadpool on me, bro?
Cause he's one of my favorite swordsmen, of course. All right, let's hear it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, with my first overall pick, I am going to go with the one and only Beatrix Kiddo from Kill Bill.
Ooh.
I
Okay, that's
love
a
me
good one.
some Kill Bill. It's a Hanzo. I'm just throwing it out there.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good. All right, my second pick is Leonardo from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Bro, come on. That's Adam is just taking my whole list. I'm so mad right
Sure
now.
am. I'm
Okay.
surprised you didn't pick him.
Ladies and gentlemen, well, I mean, he's more of like a number 4 for me because my heart lives with Donnie, but I obviously want a turtle. Anyway, this is going south. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, with my second overall pick, I will be taking the one and only Maximus from Gladiator, little Russell Crowe.
Oh, I like
Are
it.
you not?
I like
Are
it.
you not entertained?
I'm not entertained.
Is this not why you're
my-
here?
That's a good pick. I like that one. All right,
Yeah.
my third pick, since well, this is the DC version. My third pick is Deathstroke.
Okay, I'll let you have it. I kind of saw it. I
Yes.
kind of saw it coming.
So
Okay,
good.
ladies and gentlemen, with my third overall pick, I will be taking one that I know Adam definitely will not take because he hates this franchise, and that is Aragorn from Lord of the Rings.
There we go. Yeah, you knew that was not going to be on my list.
That was not going to be on Adam's list.
Nope. My fourth pick is, we've already talked about him tonight, and that is Blade.
He was actually on my list too. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good pick. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, my fourth overall pick, I will be cheating, and I am going to take the one and only Obi-Wan.
I see. I was putting him on my list, but I was like, but I like it. I will allow it because I was thinking about putting him on my list.
A lightsaber's still a sword, right?
Yeah, you have to have the same sword mechanics, I would
I feel
imagine.
yeah, I feel like you gotta have the same skill set, right? So
Hmm.
yeah, we're counting it. We're counting lightsabers, guys.
Okay, my fifth pick. Ah, man, I have some good honorable mentions on here, but my fifth pick is Kenshi from Mortal Kombat.
That's a good one too. That's a good
Yeah,
one
I
too.
just like the fact that he's blind. Oh, it's so cool.
That's
My
cool.
favorite character of Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. Okay. And ladies and gentlemen, we are gonna round out the draft with the one and only Conan the Barbarian. We had to give Arnold Schwarzenegger a little bit of love because we did an action draft and we did not include Arnold, and we got just roasted.
We did get roasted.
We got
Got
just
roasted.
roasted. So, ladies and gentlemen, there's the love for the one and only Mr. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Conan the Barbarian, one of the best swordsmen of all time.
I agree. Some honorable mentions here. I have Valkyrie from Marvel. I have Samurai Jack, Zorro, Wonder Woman, Ra's al Ghul, and Katana.
Those are good picks.
I know. I put a lot on here because I'm like, it was so hard to pick. I was gonna put Valkyrie, and I was like, oh, but I like Blade. So there's so many like good ones.
I feel like most of the drafts we do could have a part two.
Yeah, we should start doing that. A part two of our draft.
Yeah, especially with you guys in the comments. You guys in the comments are like are incredible. Like just the amount of like, where is this guy? And I'm like, oh my god, how did we forget that, dude? It's
Yeah,
like, yeah.
the cartoon draft had so many comments. It's like, we're so sorry. There's thousands or hundreds of cartoon shows that we could have included in this list, and they're all good, but these are the ones that stuck out to us this day for this draft. So
Yeah, there's literally so much. I feel like most of ours could have part twos. So yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, moving on to the last and final game of the evening. Adam.
Skull and Bones. The
I was
game.
I wanted you to introduce it because I wanted to hear your enthusiasm level of the game.
It's not very high. It's not as high as you thought.
No, it was not.
Oh, okay. Okay. The more I watched and more things I saw about this game, I've had my roller coaster of this game. I'm excited. I'm not excited. I'm not excited. Right now, I'm kind of in the middle about this game, and there's a lot of reasons to it. So this game has been delayed. It's kind of went silent for a while. They're like, okay, this game's probably never going to come out. It's who knows when it's going to come out. Well, officially, this game is coming out February 16th. So I figured we can show the release or the release date trailer, which and just kind of talk about it as we go.
Yeah, let's take a look at the trailer.
Overall, there's a lot of people kind of split on this game. We can kind of go into that a little bit. And so here's the trailer. And so what this game is you're basically a pirate, and it's taking place in the Indian Ocean. And essentially you're trying to conquer this area and kind of complete missions up to a 3-player co-op. So you'll be able to have 3 other ships or 2 other ships with you to fight other NPCs, also other players. And essentially there's a lot of mechanics of like naval warfare, and I think that's kind of where people are starting to like not excited about this game, and we'll kind of go into it a little bit. But overall, I think it looks cool because like ships and things like this are really fun to me. I loved Sea of Thieves, and it's got a lot of elements of like what you'd want in a pirate game if you're steering the ship, if that makes sense. They'll have aspects of ghost ships and things like that, what you see here. And like I said, it comes out February 16th, and if you pre-order, you get 3 days early access.
Yeah, if you guys are just listening on the Spotify, I mean, the trailer itself looked really, really cool. So we saw everything that you would expect to see. We saw the pirate ships, obviously. We saw a lot of the naval warfare. We saw a lot of very cool locations that look very Caribbean and very, like you would expect them to look from a pirate game. And we also saw that clip of what was that gigantic thing that came out of the water?
I don't know if it's supposed to be like a play on the rock. What's the sea monster? I can't remember
Like the Loch Ness monster?
Yeah, like a Loch Ness monster, maybe.
Yeah, I mean I
think that's what that's supposed to be.
That was pretty cool. But
Yeah.
okay, so here's my number one question, because I did a lot of research on it, and it's funny that you brought up Sea of Thieves. Is this just Ubisoft Sea of Thieves?
Nope. I think this is Ubisoft's naval warfare game. And that's kind of where people have kind of draw like our 50-50 split of whether this game is going to be good or not. A lot of people are not calling this a pirate game because it doesn't have any hand-to-hand combat, like close-up combat. You can't board other ships. And so that's kind of where like people are upset, where they're like, wait, why can't I do this? Like, I'm a pirate. I should be able to jump onto somebody else's ship and like fight them, or I should be able to take over their ship instead of just blowing it up and grabbing the scraps after. And I
Yeah.
think that's where the split is. So people are not calling this a pirate game. They're calling it a naval warfare game. Which for me, once I understood that's kind of where people are starting to say, I'm like, oh, you know what? Like, yeah, I think they're right. It's more of that naval warfare game rather than a pirate game. Yes, it's got pirate elements, but I think it's truly a naval like warfare like action game rather than a pirate game, if that makes sense.
I mean, does that make you more interested or less interested? Because it kind of just sounds like it's Sea of Thieves with less things you can do.
So I will say it's I'm excited for a different reason now, if that makes sense. When I originally was looking at this game, I was like, wow, a more realistic Sea of Thieves where I can have up to 8 people on my ship and it's gonna be like legit like pirates. That's when I was excited. But when I learned about what it is, I'm excited to the point that I like ship combat. Because I used to play like World of Warships quite a bit, and I love those games. Um, but now if I want a pirate game, I'm gonna have to go play a Sea of Thieves. Like get off the ship, hand to hand combat, things like that. And why I'm excited for this game, I'll be able to collect my own ships, upgrade my own ships, like customize in that sense. Because in Sea of Thieves, you can't upgrade your ship. Like your ship is everybody's ship has the same power.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. With this one, it's gonna have some strategy to it where like this cannon shoots long range, or this cannon shoots like a shotgun, or this cannon shoots like fire, like you know what I mean, has fire elements, or armor, like this armor is more resistant to fire, this armor is more resistant to like getting holes in the ship so it doesn't sink as fast. And so I think that's really cool. But in terms of like, am I as excited as I would have been if it was like a true hand to hand, like take over other people's ships combat? No, if that makes sense.
Does the 3-player co-op, I mean, does that scare you at all?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think it'd be fun because kind of what I watched the gameplay reveal trailer, like gameplay detailed trailer, and it was saying like it's if you want other people in the game with you, like if you want a team, or if you're struggling, you can like you shoot up the flare and more ships can come help you. And so it's not PvP unless you make it PvP too. So like the way you make it PvP, and I'm sure they'll release other things with it. Like if you make it PvP, you have to pick up the treasure map, and then you get marked on the map, and then other players can come attack you if you're looking for this treasure map.
Do you think you're gonna be at a serious disadvantage if you don't have like 2 other people with you though?
I think probably. I think
Yeah.
there'd be missions that it's going to be very hard to complete without a fleet of friends or things like that.
That's what I'm worried about is like,
But I don't think it has to be like your friends. I think it's to be open matchmaking, and then so people will just be able to join. Ubisoft does that pretty well, to be honest. So like even like the Division, like I'm struggling with a mission, I'm just gonna open up matchmaking, and people just join your group, and you get the mission done, and it's over. And then like they either stay with you or they go their separate way.
yeah. I mean, it's gonna be a good mix. It's gonna be a good mix of people that are kind of excited for this and people that are not. I mean, we talked about this before with the amount of delays that happens on this game. Like, do you think the fan base is still interested?
I don't know. That's kind of when I was looking through the comments and what people were saying about this game. I think there's still a good following of this game, to be honest. Because I thought I was going to see a lot of negativity, like, oh, this game's been talked about for too long. They've changed it a bunch. But no, in the comments, people are like saying like they've updated a lot since like the alpha testing, the old beta testing. Like they're upgrading this game, which like a delay should. They should be upgrading the mechanics of the game. They say it feels much better. It looks much better than what it had started at, if that makes sense. So it sounds like they put the time in to make it a better game than what they were planned on to releasing in past.
I mean, all the power to them, man. You know me. I love pirates. I love anything to do with pirates. Pirates are super badass. So I hope the game's successful. I don't know. I don't- I w- I want to say I hope it's successful. I just don't know if there's just from what I've been seeing. I just don't know if the level of interest is there. After kind of these announcements of what it is, unfortunately.
I think there's a big. I will say I think the interest took a dip. I will admit.
Yeah.
I think the interest took a dip, but I think there is a good base of people that want to play this game, and they're gonna have to cater to that smaller audience rather than if they would have made it more true pirate, like take over ships. And who knows? Maybe they'll expand the game because there is first or like off ship elements, like you can walk around and things like that. So maybe like in a big patch or big update to the game, they add some of those elements because like they have the groundwork where they can do that. So who knows what they can expand this game to? Because like there's many games that have expanded into more than just what they release at, if that makes sense.
I mean, is there a storyline to this game?
I don't know, to be honest. I don't. I think there is, because yeah, there definitely is. Because I was watching it, and because there's this guy that you can try to join him, and I think like he gives you missions, and you're trying to like work together, and I think essentially overtake him at some point. I don't know. And then
Do you
the biggest thing is you're trying to raise your notoriety, or what's the other word? I think notoriety, and then you're trying to get to the top, essentially, of becoming like the kingpin, and then you'll be able to have your own pirate legacy and things like that.
Do you think this game is going to be strong enough to pull people from Sea of Thieves, or do you think people
No.
are kind of over with Sea of Thieves?
Nope. I think true CFD fans are like Sea of Thieves fans, true and true, especially with how much content Sea of Thieves releases. I think there's no way that true Sea of Thieves fans are gonna come to this game.
All right. Well, we gave it everything we could, skull and bones.
I'm excited for it though. Like, and I have Ubisoft Plus, so I'm not going to spend any additional money on getting this game. Like, I'll have it already.
So if you have Ubisoft Plus, it's just going to be free to play.
Yeah, and that's every Ubisoft game. Like Avatar's Frontiers of Pandora, I'm playing that because I already paid for it. Like, I'm paying for it monthly, so
Well,
yeah, I think it is cool. One thing I think this has one leg up on Sea of Thieves rather than I think having the ability to have multiple ships for different situations is really cool. I am really concerned about what happens if my ship sinks. Do I lose that ship?
I
Because the way
mean,
you buy ships by upgrading and resources and things like that. So if I put all this work in and getting all this supplies and resource for this ship, is it gone? So I'm hoping not, but who knows?
I feel like they probably couldn't do it. They probably couldn't make it like a permadeath on the ship because
Yeah.
especially if they're introducing a PvP aspect of
Mhm.
it, it's like, do you know how mad people would be if they just like ran into some random somebody that just shot their ship down and like that was the end of the ship? They would be so
Well,
angry.
you can avoid the PvP if you don't ever pick up the treasure maps. So just don't pick up treasure maps. You won't have to worry about PvP. So
Still, I feel like the permadeath on the ship would be really, really bad.
if they do anything like World of Warships, once your ship sinks, you have to wait like I think it's like an hour, and you can use that ship again.
I mean, that's fine. A time limit's fine, but a permadeath is,
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's
Not
crazy.
a fan.
But my what if you only have one ship? Are you stuck with only having 0 ships then? And you have to
You
wait
just-
that full hour?
You just have to hang on the land, you salty dog.
just gotta wave at everybody walking by or sailing by.
Maybe you could join somebody else's team and just kind of work the cannon or something.
Well, that's the thing. That's one thing I wish this game had. I wish like instead of like controlling the whole ship by yourself, I think it'd be cool to jump on additional like you're a component of the ship, like you're in charge of the cannons or you're in charge of the sails or you're in charge of the wheel, like kind of how Sea of Thieves was, but whatever.
But you're going to be just controlling the ship and just like using it as like the ship is not a ship. It's really just a weapon that you're controlling,
Yeah,
basically.
essentially like you are the ship. Like your character can go off the ship, but when you're on the water, you are the ship.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. It's like,
Yep.
I don't know. I'm not really sure, but Adam's excited about it. He's got Ubisoft Plus, so he'll be checking it out. Yeah, keep us updated. Let us know what you think once it drops. I wish it all the best. I would be hard pressed to think that it's going to succeed, but who knows? I've been wrong before.
We all have been wrong before.
Indeed. All right, dude.
Great
Good
episode, man.
episode. Dude, that was a long one.
It was a long one.
That was a crazy long episode. All right.
Maybe it's because we took so long getting our gifts unwrapped.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that part.
We did struggle to get that stuff out of our box.
It was
okay.
it was well worth it. Well worth it.
We'll chop up the struggles maybe a little bit, so it's not so long in the beginning. But yeah, this is an awesome episode. I had fun.
It was a great episode, dude.
End of season 1. How exciting!
This is the wrap on season 1. Again, we said it in the beginning. We're gonna say it again. Thank you guys for an amazing season 1. This is absolutely crazy. Just to watch the show grow the way that it's grown. We literally could not have done it without you. So we super appreciate it. We love having you as part of the nerdy family. Yeah, and just absolutely thank you for everything, all the growth, all the love. Season 1 has been amazing. Season 2 is coming very soon. Yeah, and we hope you guys have an amazing holiday with family, friends, and yeah. Before I get too mushy, love you guys very much. Thank you for everything. Adam, what you got for him?
Yeah, to piggyback off that, I don't have much else to say except for this has been quite the season of fun content and comments and just the interaction that we've had with some of you, or a lot of you so far. And we're very excited for season 2 at the beginning of the new year. And of course, if you're not following us on all social media, make sure to do so. Let's Talk Nerdy Podcast, and check out our website, letstalknerdypodcast.com. And yeah, make sure to tap that like button, subscribe to watch more of our stuff, because you need to do that.
Yes, please watch as many things as you possibly can. We love you guys very much. Thank you for everything. Thank you for wrapping out season 1 with us. Yeah, love you guys. Thank you. Have a very happy holidays, and we will see y'all in the new year.
Peace out, nerds. Ho ho ho! Merry holidays.
Merry holidays.